I get those goosebumps every time.
I just have to get the big fella off the bench.
Could this be their last chance now? In it comes, Monster to the back. He scored! Ali Monster scored!
I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too numb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need that line to throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 through the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me outside? I'm sipping low key and high, yeah. It's my water. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. You come around, yeah. You ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those times, I'm way too numb, yeah. It's way too dumb, yeah. I get those goosebumps every time. I need the hype.
Hey, we're back.
Come on.
Come on. This is the big one.
It is. Welcome to Loaded Mag NUFC, the Watchalong. If you're a Newcastle fan or one of those rivals from the island of Italy, welcome to Loaded Mag NUFC. We're here. This is it, boys. This is it. But first and foremost, the birthday boy. How are you, Mr. Chrissy Hall? Happy birthday to you. How are things? I hope Lisa's been spoiling you rotten, especially as they took the points Thursday night. She owes you one. But how are you, fella?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Yeah, she has. She spoke me bottom. It's been a nice day. Spent the majority of it shopping, actually, which has been nice. But been off work. Lisa's been off work, so it's been nice. Just spend a bit of time together. And then just had the Chinese earlier, which was lovely. And now I'm just fully focused now on the match. It's all about the match. I need those 3 points. But yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm good.
They didn't save any Chinese for us, Daz, did they?
No, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Chris.
It wasn't gone cold. Cheers, Daz. Nice one, mate.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Daz, how you feeling? This is it.
This is it. Nervous. I was okay during the day, but then as it got closer to kickoff, I was like, things were going wrong for me. Because I was hoping. I hope this isn't a sign now of things to come. I don't think we're going to lose today. But it's going to be nerve-wracking, and we're going to have to keep our eyes on both games with the Dortmund PSG game as well happening at the same time. So yeah, here we go. All that time we've spent wanting to get into the Champions League, hoping we'll make top four, get into top four, landing in the group of death, the highs, the lows, on a watch-along, on a loaded watch-along for Champions League. We haven't seen a win yet. So this is our night.
Please, just give us one. Please, just give us one. That's all we're asking for. But great to see so many in the chat already. Great to see you putting your messages in. Get your questions, opinions in. Give your opinions of the lineup. We'll throw it up very, very shortly. But special thanks to Connie for saying happy birthday to Chris. But also on top of that, we've got Stephen all the way down from Oz. We've got a good Aussie kind of contingent that watch Loaded Mag NUFC. So great to have you on this, Stephen. Watching along. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Great to have you on board. But Daz, I think you had the before we get the tactics board up, the lineups are in.
Yeah. The lineups are in, yes, and just on the contingent from Oz, I think it's the UK, Ireland, and America, and then Oz is in that order is our most popular destinations. But yeah, this is the Newcastle team. So as you can see, Dubravka even starts in goal. Not Trips. We haven't fallen that far down pecking order of goalies yet. Could happen. But Dubravka has made the game. Trips starts as a bit of question marks over that. Of course, he's not going to be able to play against Fulham at the weekend because he's suspended. We've got Lascelles, Char. I need double glasses here. Wrong team sheet. The championship. Tino, Bruno, Miley. So Longstaff is on the bench. We've got J7, Miggy, Gordon, and Wilson. Pete, I know. I was saying I would have started Wilson. Eddie is gone, and I know you were kind of have the opinion keep him fresh for Fulham. But I'll go to you, Pete, first. And I know Burton is back on the bench as well. I can't even read it. The writing is so small on my screen here on the laptop. I don't have the multi screens in front of me like I do up in the office upstairs. But Pete, what do you make of the team first?
Buzzing to get Burn back into the squad. It just means that if you look at that bench now, you've got Longstaff, Burn, Isak to look at as options. You've got at least 3 subs there, you can make and change the game in some way, shape, or form. Hall is an option as well. So that's really positive to see, and I was buzzing to see Burn on the back on the kind of arrive at the stadium on the back of that. Wilson, to be fair, I'm not against it. I worry so much because of his injury history. For me, and I think I said it to you boys on the review or the away days, I actually think Wilson needs to start. You saw what he did in the last 15 minutes. He's a quality player. He comes on, he creates moments, he ruffles feathers, he got his assist all within that short space of time. But I just worry going from 15 minutes to 60 minutes without a build-up. I just don't want him to break down again. We need those two fit. It's become so important now. But hey, I'm not against the fact that he's starting at all. Eddie knows, Callum knows, and the medical staff know whether he's ready or not to do 60 minutes or so. Clearly he's ready. And he
said he's ready. He said he was born ready.
I fancy him to get a goal today. I really do. Now I know that he's starting. So yeah, but buzzing for it.
Nice one. Chris, you being the Bertie boy, do you fancy Callum Wilson as well?
Who doesn't like Callum Wilson? He's bloody brilliant, isn't he? Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I think like Pete, I mean, originally I was thinking, I want Wilson to start, and then Pete persuaded me, and Pete said, listen, really, we want to wrap him in cotton wool. The one thing I'd say is, I don't think Eddie Howe would take such a big gamble unless he was fairly confident that Wilson's going to get through it, and that he's able, and he's fit, and he's ready. Who knows? Wilson could have been ready a week ago, but maybe he's gone, you know what, let's just get him really right so that he's all set for this match. So and Wilson came out in the press conference yesterday, didn't he? And he said that he's fit and raring to go. And maybe the plan is, Pete, to get 55, 60 minutes out of Wilson and then bring Isak on. Maybe that's the plan, obviously in reverse. And Callum Wilson will want his first Champions League goal, let's be honest. So he's gonna be putting 110 in tonight, and hopefully he can do the damage and then come off with no injury problems. And then we've got Alexander Isak coming off the bench to hopefully keep up that form and see out the win. But yeah, no, I'll be honest. I think we need that fresh impetus, and I was pleased to see Callum Wilson in the starting 11. The only other thing I'd say, and I know we probably haven't touched on the rest of the lineup yet, I was actually quite surprised that Longstaff didn't start. I know we thought Longstaff would start, didn't we, Pete? That's what we were saying on the away days. But Lewis Miley, in fairness to him, he's done nothing but good things since he's been in the 11. And again, we've in Eddie we trust. If Eddie's starting Lewis Miley and he's happy with him, then I'm happy with that. But other than that, I think the lineup's pretty much what we expected, wasn't it, boys?
Lads, how as Lewis Miley, a 17-year-old lad, how must he be feeling now that he's been trusted to play in this big of a game, ahead of Sean Longstaff, who's been a regular for God knows how long since Eddie Howe came in. Just how in your thoughts on the back of that, how would you kind of feel if that was you in that position and someone's giving you their trust to play in arguably the biggest game Newcastle have had in God knows how many years, and they're trusting in you, 17-year-old, to do the business? Crazy.
Yeah, I suppose it's not his first Champions League game. He played in Paris as well, but yeah, I suppose it seems like he has no fear, or it just hasn't hit him yet. It hasn't dawned on him what he's actually doing, and that's a good thing. Look at Myself, I'll be having the fear about our own charity game coming up when we play on Easter again in probably in the Newcastle Foundation. But yeah, but no fear in him. So fair play to him. Yeah, I don't know. It will hit him someday, but not tonight, hopefully.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay, so let's have a look at. We've had a look at Newcastle's lineup. Do we have a look at AC Milan's?
Here's AC Milan's lineup. Vulnerable Vinny. This is his team.
Yeah, interesting, Chris. I'll come to you first.
Yeah.
Vinny, vulnerable Vinny. He was right. The back line.
He was.
Calabria, Tomori, Hernandez at centre back, Florenzi at left back. Interesting though, Yunus Musa. I had to add him to my tactics list because I didn't have him as part of the squad. What do you make of that? Throwing someone more of an unknown into the team.
Do you know what? It's a bit of a surprise. Like, obviously, you're right, Pete. The rest of the team, I think, is pretty much spot on. Particularly the back four. Like he's called the back four absolutely spot on, and the front three. But yeah, I don't know much about this Yunus Musa. Although, wasn't he? I could be completely wrong here and getting the wrong game, but wasn't he the young lad who came on at the San Siro?
Yes, you're right.
I think I said,
you said he was good.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Chris.
Well, hopefully he's shit. Let's start by saying that. But yeah, he's entrusting him in a pretty big game tonight, and maybe the fact Pioli's thought that Lewis Miley's probably got a good chance of starting. Maybe he's thought, you know what, let's get some legs in, let's get some energy in, because that young lad, he looked like he was full of energy. Because when we used to come on, he was really causing us some problems. Yes, it was the last 10-15 minutes I think he came on for, but maybe AC Milan are thinking, you know what, we're going to leave the legs in the middle of the park. trying to think, Pete, who was the person then that's missed out? Pabega. It was Pabega, wasn't it? Who we said would start.
Pogba, as we were calling him.
Yeah, Pogba.
Yeah. He won't be playing for a long time.
No, he won't.
Was it a 4-year ban? He's looking at, looking at 4-year ban.
That's him retiring, basically, isn't it?
Well, he'll get his money back. He'll pop over to Saudi when he can stop.
Go to Saudi, yeah.
But no, it's interesting team, and obviously looking at the team just really quickly, we can pop it up on the tactics board. So here's one I made earlier. This is how the team looks. This is how the team looks from Newcastle's perspective, as we were. But some interesting battles here, as we can see. We talked a little bit about it on away days, but now we can see the lineup as it is. Boys, where are we going to win this game? And actually, I'm gonna add to that. Who from the opposition side are you looking at as being sort of a big threat to our team?
For me, I think it's all about number 10 there, AC Milan, up against Trips, and what kind of trips are we going to get tonight? That was the worry. I know we kind of dabbled with the idea of moving Livramento there and bringing in Hall or something similar to that, but Trips is in there. He can do a job. He's obviously done it in the past for us. Rafael Leal, he's a decent player. So yeah, he's a danger man. Anytime you got the ball in the first leg, you did kind of worry. So that'll be the danger man for me.
What about yourself, Chris? Anyone other than Rafael Leal that you're thinking, we need to be mindful of him?
Yeah, I think like Dad said, I was looking at Leao as a danger man. Olivier Giroud, he knows the scores, doesn't he? Olivier Giroud, he's vastly experienced. Yes, some people will say he's getting on, but he always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So Olivier Giroud, you can't knock him. So Jamal Lascelles could be in for a difficult night tonight. But I think the one that interests me the most is Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I know we've put him on the left-hand side of the midfield there, Pete. But when we were discussing it in away days, I think we were talking about him possibly being on the right side, so he'd be up against Joe Linton. But I don't know. We don't know because it depends where Musa plays, doesn't it? We're not sure. But I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek's going to have a big influence on the game tonight for positive or negative reasons. He'll either have a shocker or he will really step it up a gear, because we know Ruben Loftus-Cheek's a good player and we know he's got a lot of talent in his locker, but it's whether or not he can do that. But for me, the key area is going to be that left back and left centre back. That for AC Milan, I mean, because we know Theo Hernandez, he got forward a lot in the game at the San Siro, and he was causing all kinds of problems. And Rafa Leao was used to having him behind him, knowing he's probably overlapping, or he tended to actually run through the middle of the park as well. So the fact that he's now playing centre back, that's going to restrict him from doing that. And is Florenzi going to be up for it? Is Florenzi going to be able to handle Miggy? Is Kieran Trippier going to be overlapping, trying to cause some problems? Is Wilson going to come across? Is Lewis Miley going to be running into those gaps, which we know Sean Longstaff was doing a lot in recent games when he was playing? So for me, I'm particularly interested in the Wilson-Hernandez battle and the Miggy Almiron and Florenzi battle, because I think that's where AC Milan are probably a little bit uncomfortable, because they don't normally play Theo Hernandez centre back, and that could be where we win the game.
We know Theo Hernandez is quick, so his recoveries, his getting forward side to side is going to be good. But as you said, he's got that tendency to get forward and he likes to make those runs. And positionally, is he as strong? I mean, they conceded 3 against Atalanta away at the weekend, so there's arguments there that defense isn't solid, isn't rock solid. What I like about this is that Callum Wilson, as you mentioned, he's going to get up and at them. I briefly went on Vinny's channel and I talked about this. I said Wilson starting. He's not going to be this Isak that drops deep and wants the ball to feet and is going to be doing his kind of link play, which we like, and it's good for the team. But what he's going to do is what he did against Arsenal. He gets up and around the centre backs. He makes it difficult. You're going to get the shirt pulling. You're going to get the old dirty tricks, trying to win free kicks, getting close to them. And is Tomori and Hernandez in particular going to be able to cope with Wilson? And the bit that I said to Vinny is that what you're going to get from Wilson is what we didn't get from Isak, particularly at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, is when if Gordon gets the better of Calibra and he makes these runs in, he's going to be sprinting in the box to get on the end of it. He is our fox in the box, and there's a reason why he scores as many goals as he does. And I just think that in itself is probably the reason why Eddie Howe has gone with Callum Wilson, because he can nick a goal. Even against Dortmund at home, where we didn't win, Callum Wilson hit the bar. He had a couple of other half chances. He made it difficult for Dortmund, particularly in the second half. And I just think against a not familiar defensive line against AC Milan, that's where we're going to make the difference. But we have to get past this man, and we've talked about him, Magic Mike. Hopefully he doesn't have a magic performance tonight, that's for sure. But look, it's going to be an interesting one. I am worried about, from an AC Milan point of view, Giroud, big physical striker. I think Lascelles can handle him, but what state is Lascelles in? Is he fit? Is he fit and available? He's available, but is he 100%? Is what I'm asking. Is because it was clear against Tottenham he wasn't. So that's going to be an interesting one there.
But just on that one, Pete, how he got picked up that knock was he crashed against the advertising hoardings, and I would say he'd be grand. It didn't look that serious. Now you could say it might have affected him for the 2 goals that follow that he was kind of linked to, but I think it'd be fine. I wouldn't worry about that. I think if there was any doubt on him, we'd see Schär over in his position, and we'd see Byrne in where Schär is.
Okay. No. Anything from you, Chris? Anywhere else on the pitch? Any others before we put away the tactics board?
Are we worried as all boys about the state of Dubravka? Are we confident he's 100%?
It was said that it was a stomach bug. Not anything shoulder related, which has obviously been well documented. So, with a stomach bug, for 90 minutes, he should be okay for me. I don't think it should impact him unless he's throwing up on the pitch. You know, which won't be a good sign. Hopefully, we don't see that. But I think even you guys will know, even when you're kind of in your worst moments, if you're doing some form of sport, like your body almost kind of takes over and goes into sports mode. Like you don't think about, your adrenaline kicks in. You don't think about your illness for that period of time. Your illness doesn't really become a factor, and it's only really when you stop that active like work that and you kind of slow down, that's when it starts to kind of play up again. So look,
even when watching the game, Pete, as I found out the last watch along, my neck was killing me, and it disappeared other matches on. And then as soon as Mbappe put the ball in the back of the net, came back again.
He was back. Gaz was back in. Love it. There's 7 minutes to go for kickoff. The players will be out in the next few minutes. But look, that's the tactics board. That's what it looks like. Let's see whether what we've said hopefully comes to fruition from where we can cause some problems to AC Milan. But look,
just a message, Pete. Message from Jordy Tune for Life. He says, "I'll give £5 a goal Newcastle score as a super chat if we win tonight. 10-goal limit though."
10-goal
Cheers,
limit.
Jordy Tune for Life.
10-goal limit. I'll take the 10 goals.
0-0 now.
Yeah. Oh my God. that could be something we hold him to on a regular, or it's something we never do again. So yeah. But all the same, appreciate it.
And we mentioned Australia there. Yeah, thanks, Jordy. We mentioned the Aussies earlier, and here's our other regular Aussie, Shane, was in the chat as well, who's been a member for 23 months. All right, quality. Shane, up nice and early for this one.
Nice and early. Flipping out. It's got to be early doors there. What's it? 7 in the morning? 7? Yeah, it's got to be like 7, 8 in the morning. Flipping out. Fair play to you.
Yeah, good man. Good man.
It's so great. We have so many people, like you said, Daz, from around the world that commit so much time to the channel, but to Newcastle United, like watching at some crazy times. It's absolutely mad, but I absolutely love it. I think there's a couple of points in here. Lab Gorilla, welcome, Lab Gorilla. Hope you subscribe to the channel. Milan's biggest problem is Pioli. He has been making stuff up the whole season. Against Dortmund at home, he put Musa at right back. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is better on the right. You're right. Okay, so yeah, we talked about that battle on the right-hand side, and that's where he's likely to play. So that'll be an interesting one. Connie says, Swedish TV says Lewis Miley is a feeling of Bellingham. Well, we talked about this in terms of the trajectory of Lewis Miley when he first came onto the scene. I think when he first had that game last season, it might have been, or it might have been this season. I can't remember, but he does have that feel. Not saying he's going to be as good as Jude Bellingham, but he has that rise at a similar age in terms of he's been exposed to, if you think about it, Lewis Miley's been exposed to bigger and better football than Jude Bellingham at the same age, because
Birmingham at that age, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, it's an interesting one as the players are in the tunnel, ready to go. Everyone, if you haven't already, housekeeping, as we always do, make sure you click that like and subscribe to the channel. Got a few more people new to the chat, live chat. Welcome all. Come and show your support for the channel. Click those likes. All the algorithms and all the rest of it means that more people can see the channel. Oh, here he is, the old Everton fan here. He's come over from the 12th man. Everton fan. Come on. We never said that. We said there's a similarity in trajectory. Don't put words in our mouth, James. Jesus Christ, man.
And at least, James, Louis Miley isn't going to be the next Tom Davis. There's always a plus. There's always a plus. True.
Hey, we always need a scouser to put a scouser in their place. Come on. Come on.
This one's on fire. It's his birthday.
Yeah.
He's on fire.
Well, thanks for tuning in, James. Thanks for tuning in.
Can't say anything back. But yeah, the flags are waving. Got a fantastic war flags out there, but it was only on
Sir
for a short
Bobby,
second.
in the
Yeah,
back.
it did look like Sir Bobby. Fantastic war flags as the players come out. Well, flags are waving. They added an extra 1,000 new flags into St James's Park for this occasion tonight. So they've already got their flags in there anyway. But yeah, he's the war flags has done a fantastic job. They've added another 1,000's worth. The scarves are waving. It looks a brilliant atmosphere. As the music plays, the old famous Champions League music as it plays. Hopefully not for the last time. There we go. There we go. There we go. November last year, Daz, when we first started playing it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Pete.
Wow. Crazy.
Okay, let's put it away for now. Let's hope we get to use it again this season and next season.
Definitely. Respect to James. Jokes aside, this is the best Newcastle channel. Big up to you, James. And look, thank you for tuning in, whether it's 12th Man, whether it's Loaded Mag NUFC. We appreciate you coming in, sharing your support in the channel, for the channel in the chat. Your points, we might not always agree, James, but we respect it. We respect everyone's opinion. Yeah, this is what it's all about. But great stuff. Jason's nervous and excited. His stream's okay at the minute, thankfully. But if it goes down, come to us, stay with us, because we'll be talking you through the game. So don't worry about that. But yeah, the lineups come through. This is massive, guys. This is massive.
What's your scores, lads? What are you going with?
I'm going to stick to my away days guns. I'm going to say Newcastle are going to win 2-1.
2-1. Chris?
I'm going to do the same. I'm going to stick to my away days, and I said 2-0.
2-0.
That clean sheet. Go on, Daz. What we going for? This ain't no key.
Oh, well, let me see. We could win, we could lose, we could draw. 1-0 Newcastle. All 3 wins across the board. Why not? Let's go for this. We've waited long enough to get here to this stage. Would you have taken this, lads? And back last year, when the group was announced, would you have taken all of this game?
Oh, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. I think everyone would does. Just to highlight, I've just seen this the lineup on the screen. Then Bruno's on a yellow.
Yeah.
So we would miss the first leg of the next round if we were to get through.
But if he doesn't get a yellow tonight, I think it gets wiped.
Yeah, I think it does.
Tamori's also on the yellow as well. And
tell us in the chat if we're wrong there. But yeah, I think you're right, Pete. I think it does get wiped.
I think I think it does. I think it does get wiped after this phase. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Very interesting. He's going to have to play a smart game.
Purely, he looks a bit like John Malkovich.
Yeah, he does. He does. I agree. But yeah, huge roar. St James's Park. They're bang up for it. It does have I don't want to jinx it. It just feels like the PSG has the kind of feel to it. Like I didn't get that feel against Dortmund. I didn't have that same feeling. And a lot of people have said since, as the game kicks off, a lot of people have said since the atmosphere just wasn't quite right against Dortmund at home. It just felt different. But yeah, Newcastle on the ball. Advancing forward, Joe Linton. They managed to nick the ball off him. That's not a free kick.
Boys, I will catch you at half time. I will catch you at half time.
Chris,
Chris.
Best of luck. Come on.
Come on.
See you in a bit, boys.
See you later,
we'll be 1-0 up by half time. Hopefully.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so. But yeah, that wasn't a foul. Joe Linton kind of he manages a little 1-2, makes his move forward with the ball. They kind of crowd him out, but then one of their players very easily falls to ground. And after a bit of ping pong, oh my God. maybe I'm reading too much into it, but the ball gets hammered towards Newcastle's box, and it's an easy take for Dubravka. You just come out and just pick it, like just collect it, but he's kind of like hesitating, and I'm just like, oh my god, don't
That's
start.
been harsh.
Yeah, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. I don't know. I just I maybe just critique everything that he does now. But one thing he is good at is his kicking is not too bad at all. It's a good kick out. Wilson doesn't win the header, but goes behind him. Gordon's chasing back to the goalkeeper and continues to chase. And there's a roar from
Nice
Gordon.
one, well done. Set the scene, set the tempo for this one.
Definitely. He's up for it. He looks up for it.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Look at Joe Linton, man marking on the throw in, following him everywhere.
That's it. They're trying to crowd him out and stop him playing, because if he gets free reign to get about, he is in a position where he can dominate that midfield like big time, and that's what we want. We want him to dominate, because if he wins the battle in there, it opens up the likes of Bruno to play the football that we know he can. As Trippier advances into the AC Milan half, plays it to Miggy. Miggy back to Trippier. Trippier back to Miggy. Miggy plays it inside to Bruno. Back to Miggy. Whips it into the box. Oh! Tomori tries to clear it.
Sliced it.
Yeah, he slices it. And Magnan has to... Yeah, he has to kind of just track back slightly to collect that, because it's going in. It's going in. It's
was going. Pass back.
Yeah. We'll take it. We will take it. Cheers for that, James. Sorry,
the refs owes us. Sorry, so I was just going to say, the refs owes. There's John Malkovich. Giving it loads.
Love it. It really does as well. Thank you, James. The knockouts resets accumulation, spot on. Yeah, I thought it might be the case, but yeah, good stuff. Thanks for confirming. No, we'll take care of Anthony. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that at all. Newcastle are again advancing into AC Milan's half. Newcastle had the better start, 3-4 minutes in. They're trying to control possession and trying to play the ball around, penning AC Milan back as Lascelles whips out a nice diagonal ball, 30-40 yards, and Gordon advances inside the area and he gets pulled down.
Get out of the way, ref.
About 25-30 yards out.
Trips territory.
You could say it's a good driving run from Gordon, a really good driving run, and Gordon's driving inside. Pulisic stays with him, but Gordon's ahead, and the shirt put in between the two, but Gordon, although he knocks the ball forward and he's in front of him, but he gets brought down. It's a free kick, like I say, in the middle of the goal, should we say?
Come on,
30 yards out. Both Trippier and Shaw standing over the ball. I'm not sure whether this is Shaw territory as well.
Yeah,
Shaw left an old free kick from this distance, but to be fair, this looks not too far, 26 yards out or something like that, 26 meters, it says on the screen. This is similar territory to Man City.
Yeah.
Trippier, just over the bar.
Yeah.
It did have a feel of Man City territory. But yeah, he gets it up and it's just, it's over. Looked first hand closer than it probably was. But Bruno does well to read the pass and win the ball back high up the pitch, wins possession and knocks it back to Dubravka. So we start again with possession. It's a good start from Newcastle, a good positive start. Approaching 6 minutes in, Newcastle have had pretty much all of the ball. AC Milan are having to do a lot of chasing and a lot of tracking down, which is probably something they're not used to as a team. They're used to having a lot of the possession and dominating the possession, but they're having to sing to Newcastle's tune at the moment. As Dubravka has the ball on the penalty spot, launches it forward up to Wilson. Wilson holds it up, nice flick on as Miggy chases it, but the defender just clears in time. Oh, there was an offside somewhere. Whether it was Wilson maneuvers himself from behind in front once the kick's been taken, that I can only assume, because Miggy wasn't offside when he received the ball. So Trippier advances again deep into the AC Milan half, tries to cross it in from about 25 yards out, gets blocked for a throw in, and Trippier takes the throw. Yeah. Another throw into Newcastle.
Good start for Newcastle anyway, first 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Way more positive than the last 2 Premier League games.
Definitely. Oh, Giroud's gone down holding his head. There was a duel between Lascelles and Giroud. I think there's nothing in this. Lascelles is holding his ground. He's trying to get ahead of Giroud. He's not hit him. He's literally placed his arm he's placed his arm to lean on him on the back of his shoulders. He's gone down like a sack of spuds, holding his head like he's been punched, and clearly trying to get Lascelles on an early yellow card there. That's a tactic that Lascelles is probably going to need to be aware of. But AC Milan try and play the ball backwards, and it goes out of play in AC Milan's half for a Newcastle throw. Yeah, it's going to be a tactic tonight, unfortunately. I think, AC Milan are going to try and play dirty, try and get people booked so it throws them off their game. People like Bruno, Joe Linton are going to have to be mindful. As Newcastle win a free kick, there was a 1-2 plan there from Lewis Miley and Bruno Gomes, and Lewis Miley plays the 1-2, and he just gets cleaned out by the midfielder. Can't remember who it was. I'm not sure if it was Rafael. But Newcastle now advance the ball with Tino Livramento to Gordon, who advances inside, cuts inside, whips a ball down the line. Oh, it's just a bit too much on it to Trippier. It's a nice ball, but he had to put pace on it to try and make sure he gets it through. And it just rolls out for a throw-in right in the far corner. So hopefully we can pen them in, put some pressure on them. But yeah, 9 minutes in. Still a positive start, still pushing them back as they try and advance out with the throw, trying the long ball. Miguel Miron wins the ball back, and it gets blocked out for a Newcastle throw. So we're pushing without putting any pressure on the goalkeeper of AC Milan. We're still trying to make things happen.
9 minutes gone in obviously Dortmund and PSG as well, 0-0. So no score there either.
Still 0-0. So keep things ticking on. But yeah, that's anything you've noticed so far with regards to the game?
No, not really, Pete. Just yeah, we're up for it. Like celebrating even a tackle, so that's good. The passion is there tonight, and being back at home as well is helping with that. But yeah, all positive so far. Milan haven't got a sniff of Anton, so let's keep at them. Of course, if it's dead like this, we'd be through to the Europa League at least, at least we're through there. But we want more. We want to win, and we want Dortmund to either draw or win there as well, and then we'll stay in this Champions League.
Definitely. Whereas Rafael surges forward. It was a mistake by Newcastle, to be fair. We overplayed at the back, and Dubravka puts it out for a throw. But then Rafael advances with the ball, but we crowd him out. Then we push forward, and we try to advance with the ball, and Miguel Miron knocks it past the player and gets taken out again. So he knocks it to Wilson, and it's a free kick, but we've played on quickly. Trippier's got the ball. tries to be cute with his pass, and he just gives it straight back to AC Milan. But Newcastle are pressing again. They're looking to win the ball back. They're pressing high. They're trying to get as close to the AC Milan players as possible. But AC Milan advance with Calabria with the ball. Gordon kind of wins the ball from behind, takes him out. It's a free kick, probably about 40 yards out. And they play it quick to Pulisic. Playing it around across the back line. They try to advance forward, but Miggy Almiron wins it back high up and releases Gordon. Gordon now into the AC Milan half, and he's up one-on-one with Tomori, but cuts inside to Bruno. Bruno out to Joe Linton. Joe Linton tries to shoot, and it gets deflected.
Corner.
Is it a corner? No.
Yeah.
Magnan just keeps it in and kicks it out for a throw. But yeah, there was the intent there. It looked like there was some power on that, some hit with some venom. Well blocked by AC Milan, but out. Just kept in and put out for a throw in by Mike Magnan. Trippier advances, plays it back to Jamal Lascelles. Jamal Lascelles passing forward to Miggy. Sorry, it was Miley. Miley to Miggy. Miggy inside to Bruno. Bruno and Joe Linton with the lovely 1-2. Bruno gets taken out. Or does he? No, they've played on. Said he wins the ball. Now Rafa Leao is on the attack up against Shaw. Livramento's come back in and Shaw makes a tackle, but Rafa Leao still got the ball. Pulisic advancing in the area. Tries to clip it to the back post, but clips it out of play. Bit of a let-off there, but I thought that was a foul. We're going to watch that again. They're saying he won the ball, but it did look like a foul. Maybe Bruno was playing for it. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But he was in a great position, Daz. He was there, like he was.
Yeah,
right,
it was
right on the edge of the area, right in the middle, on the edge of the area. Great position. And it's almost looking again. It almost looks like he kind of plays to be taken out and for the free kick.
Yeah, it must have been a clean tackle, or because the ref had a good view of it. So, yeah, if we got another one like that, I would have let Char take it.
Yeah, definitely. And pressure from Theo Hernandez. Great pressure from Newcastle, pushing Theo Hernandez back, who then puts it out unintentionally for a throw-in due to the pressure from Miggy. And Miggy now has the ball out to Trippier. Trippier chips it into the box, falls to Joe Linton, plays it. I think he tries to find Callum Wilson, and he just doesn't connect right, and it just falls into the hands of Matt Magnan. But it wasn't intended, but it was a good passage of play.
It was a chance, yeah,
to a decent position. 8-9 yards out, he was able to turn in the box, which is. You're able to turn in the box, you're put in a great position. And Tino wins the ball back, plays Callum Wilson in. But Theo Hernandez reads the ball being played into Wilson and nicks it off him, puts it out for a throw. And it's a Newcastle throw. But maybe Wilson was looking for that free kick again. He knows that Hernandez is coming. It's almost like he was trying to play it round him and maybe take the contact. But Theo Hernandez is a good player.
He's class.
He's a fantastic player. But yeah. Bretzi makes a good point about the overload down AC Milan's left-hand side. We are taking advantage of the fact that Theo Hernandez is not playing there. And so overloading the players down there is putting more pressure on their left back, on Florenzi, who isn't a left back. He can play that position, has played there before, but he isn't a left back, and so we're overloading with Trippier. Trippier's getting forward a lot, playing a nice little 1-2 in the middle of the pitch. Joelinton advancing 20 yards out, plays it to Tino out on the wide left into Gordon. Gordon 1-2. With Miggy, but they read the two and play it back out, and Newcastle have the ball again. back out to Miley on the right hand side this time. Miley to Trippier back into Miggy. But the second pass wasn't quite right, and it's out for an AC Milan throw. So we're pressing and probing. We're trying to go in there. Maybe the 1-2 with Gordon in the box to Miggy, the two, didn't necessarily need to be played. If Miggy had turned, he'd have probably had an opportunity to shoot. And it's just making sure, because AC Milan are a smart team. They're going to read that play for sure. As Newcastle win it back again and of getting taken out. No, hasn't given that free kick. That looked like a foul.
How was that not a free?
That looked like a foul on Miggy there, for sure. But Trippier wins the ball back as AC Milan tried to push out. Great tackle by Trippier, sorry. And smashes the ball off an AC Milan player out for a throw on the halfway line. And Newcastle have possession again. And we build again. But it's been all Newcastle in terms of pushing and probing. There's one half counter attack from Newcastle losing the ball from a suspected free kick. But other than that, it has been all Newcastle. The Shaw pings a 40-yard ball out to Trippier on the far right-hand side. Trippier fighting with Rafa Leao and wins the ball on that right-hand side. Plays it into Bruno. Bruno to Miggy. Miggy back inside to Bruno, who tries to keep possession. Plays it to Shaw, who's advancing. People are screaming, shoot. And he does, but it's over the bar. Too high. But yeah, we're trying to make something. We're trying to make something happen. Shaw, when he picked up that position, his eyes lit up.
They've not got a sniff yet in this game, but we need to make a count though. All these little chances or breaks that we're having, we need to get something on the board. They're not going to come out in the second half as poor as this, you would imagine. And the other thing, in a way, Days, was mentioned that Miggy didn't start the first game against Milan, or neither did Joe Linton. So they're not. Miggy is something new for them to contend with.
Definitely. This is Joe Linton in particular, brand new, because Miggy came off the bench. Joe Linton was injured, so wasn't involved at all. So Joe Linton is a complete new entity for AC Milan. As there's a bit of ping ball going on. But it turns out AC Milan had the ball, but it was offside in the build-up. Rafa Leao had the ball just on the edge of the box, back to cut in. But yeah, it was offside.
I'd say whatever happens in this game, I think Isak will be coming on around the 60-minute mark, because Wilson won't last the 90, and we'll need to make sure that we don't burn him either. So
yeah,
fresh Isak coming on as well would be interesting.
It's a different dynamic, because you're asking Isak, you're basically saying to Isak, you've got 20 minutes or 30 minutes if he comes on 60, 70 minutes mark. You've got 20, 30 minutes. Go full out, all out, press, work rate. The ball advances into the box. Oh my God, how is that not gone in?
Fucking hell.
Tomori somehow keeps the ball out. How? Great work from Newcastle down that right hand side. Joe Linton nicks the ball and it's going in. Miggy tries to pass it home, but Tomori just slams a foot in front of Miggy and somehow manages to put it out for a corner. How he's kept that out, I've got no idea. But that should be 1-0. It's a great tackle.
If we hit it with his right foot.
Wow. Tomori's just stopped a certain goal there. It's great running from Joe Linton. They've really struggled to manage Joe Linton in this game so far. But it's a superb tackle. It really is. I think
Miggy could have done more though. There, he lacked that bit of passion to put the ball in the back of the net.
Definitely, he's almost expecting to score. It's almost like he assumes it's a tap-in. Yeah. He just assumes it's a tap-in. He's not predicting or anticipating the defender behind him. And Tomori, big, strong foot in the way.
As Craig says there, yeah, if he put his right foot to it, it would have gone in. He didn't even have to direct it. You couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss if he hit it with his right foot.
Yeah. And this is it. It's just making sure the ball goes into the net. Hopefully we don't rue that situation there, because it was nice play from Newcastle. We'd managed to carve AC Milan open and create a really good moment there. They're playing it out on the right-hand side, but Bruno's just played one pass too many and it's out. Great balling from Trippier as they watch it back again. Joe Linton's knocked it back past Magnan, and Miggy's there. How did he get that? Jesus Christ, man. That's a certain goal. Jeez. As Newcastle press again, Gordon and Wilson leading the press line. AC Milan struggle to keep it in, but then the ball pops up into the air. Tino Livramento wins it up against Pulisic and it's out for an AC Milan throw. Tomori, he's a fantastic defender, doing really well at AC Milan. For me, I don't know why, as AC Milan put it out for a Newcastle throw. Poor pass again from them. Calabria, the captain. Tomori, he should be playing more regular for England, and if we're looking for another centre back, he should definitely be under consideration. He's a proper centre back, to be fair, and another one off the Chelsea conveyor belt that they let go for peanuts. But yeah,
have a habit of that.
Yeah, just a bit. We've definitely benefited from it. I'm not gonna lie, with Hall and Livramento, but wouldn't mind taking Tomori for sure. As Dubravka plays it long, Wilson gets sort of crowded out by the centre back. But AC Milan advance forward. Rafael puts it wide. That's the first big opportunity for AC Milan. Really comes from nothing. It comes from a suspected free kick. The ball gets played. And they advance with the ball through midfield, playing Rafael, who opens up his body to whip it into the far corner and gets it all wrong, and it's well wide, thankfully, for Newcastle United. And Dubravka plays it out to Fabian Schär on the left-hand side, plays it into Joe Linton, who can advance now with pace. Tries the ball out to Miguel Almiron, but it gets cut out.
Bad ball
by AC Milan, but Trippier wrestling the ball back for Newcastle United and plays it into Wilson. Wilson on the halfway line holds up the ball, lovely. Plays it to Tino Livramento, who advances into the half. Bruno now on the ball, back to Tino. Newcastle keeping the ball back to the centre backs. Shaw, another whipped ball into Trippier, 40 yards, pings it. Perfection. Miguel Almiron now advancing up against two AC Milan players, trying to win something but loses the ball to Theo Hernandez for an AC Milan throw. Just plays it off Miguel Almiron for an AC Milan throw, and you've got AC Milan players pretending to do laces up, giving the opportunity for AC Milan to get a bit of a rest in.
Still 0-0 in the other game.
Still 0-0. Man.
We've got a super chat from James who says, see the wide 4v3 is so crucial to Newcastle. If you match that, it's a problem. Eddie needs to switch it up. It's an inside press trap. Needs a plan B.
Oh. Cheers for that, James. Cheers for the super chat.
Cheers, James.
Joe Linton whips a ball in, and it's whipped into Miguel Almiron. He gets a header on target. It's a routine. It's a routine take for Mike Magnan, but AC Milan advance with the ball. and win a free kick just inside the Newcastle half. Gordon tussles with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and he just shoulders him off the ball. And the ref doesn't initially give the free kick. He lets it play on, and then he must have listened to the linesman, because the linesman pulled up for it. But AC Milan try and play it forward. Tino Livramento nicks the ball. Oh, it's a free kick. He nicks the ball lovely, and then he plays in Gordon. The AC Milan player blocks off the ball, but it comes back to Tino. Tino plays it again, and Reyes completely just takes him out. It's a foul all day. Completely just cleans him out. Tino's already played the ball. So we're probably about 10, 15 yards in to AC Milan's half on the left-hand side. It'll be a diagonal ball into the box from Kieran Trippier. All the big guys are
looking for a head here.
Sorry?
It's looking for a head here.
Yeah.
Someone get a head on it.
They played it short to Tino. Tino to Bruno, who takes a bad touch and loses the ball, and all of a sudden AC Milan on the counter. It's a poor touch from Bruno, but it's well won back by Miguel Almiron, and Newcastle advance again. Bruno now on the ball on the right-hand side. Brilliant work from Miggy to win the ball back. Now Miggy's on the ball, advancing just into the area. Plays it short. Lewis Miley into the box. Plays it back out to Miggy. Miggy plays it out wide to Tino on the left-hand side, who plays it to Gordon. Gordon back into the middle to Shaw. Shaw to Lascelles across the back. Lascelles now advances with the ball, plays in Miggy, who's in the middle of the pitch, out to Tino. Playing the ball around nicely, trying to find an opening, trying to find something to work. Plays in Joe. Joe plays it inside to Bruno. You always kind of think when Joe's got the ball that something's going to happen tonight. He seems like he's bang up for this game.
Yeah.
It was a nice little 1-2, and Miley tries to get on the end of it. It's too much from Bruno, too much on the pass, and it rolls out for a goal kick. It's just that there. It's that pass. Yeah. That pass to advance into the box. It's just not quite there at the moment, particularly with Bruno.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say Bruno, there's a few of them, but look, maybe one will pay off yet. He's the only one trying those kind of passes. So
definitely. AC Milan goal kick. They play it short. Gordon and Joe Linton go to press the ball. They whip it long, and it's won by Tino Livramento out to Miley. Miley flicks it on to Miggy. Miggy flicks it on to Wilson, but Tomori again uses his power to block off Wilson. And AC Milan quickly gets thrown out by Magnan, and it's on the they're on the attack again. Pulisic on Newcastle's left plays it inside.
Come to him.
Yeah, Joe Linton pressing it down, as is Wilson. Now back to the centre backs, Tia Hernandez, as Wilson advances. Miggy pressing high. Good press from Newcastle, pushing it right back to Magnan, who then smashes it long for Rafa Leao to advance through. A mix of Trippier and Lascelles managed to keep Rafa Leao at bay. Tino tries to push the ball forward, but unfortunately knocks it out of play. You can see what they're trying to do. It's that long ball into Rafa Leao to try and get him in and behind. Use his pace to try and get in and behind the back line. And they've tried to do it again, but Dubravka gets the ball, throws it straight out to Trippier. Trippier advances into the AC Milan area. He's going again, plays in Miggy. Miggy's into the box, plays it back into the box. Callum Wilson just a little bit slow to get there. Tomori gets there first and smashes it out for a throw. It's nice, quick counter-attacking play. Good running there from Miggy. Good understanding from Trippier. A good ball played out wide into Miggy's path. Same again. Gordon plays in behind Tino Livramento as he advances. He's taken out again. It looked like a free kick. Ref hasn't given it. AC Milan keep the ball as Newcastle continue to press, and Bruno continues to press, and wins a throw-in for Newcastle. Brilliant work from Bruno to win that ball back. That's 2 or 3 now he's done tonight. Anticipated the play and just used his strength to hold off the player. Newcastle
And on the attack.
Dubravka.
Well done, Dubravka.
Out quickly. He's going to need to be doing that tonight. Ball played inside. Miggy was inside, but plays it straight to Rafa Leao. It was a poor pass.
Oh, God.
It was a simple pass, but it was a poor one.
Sometimes the simple things with Miggy, he messes up.
It was just he tries to play very quickly. You understand it. He wants to play quick. He wants to move the ball quickly, but it's just on occasion. Just on occasion, he just plays things too quickly. And he literally just plays it right into Rafa Leao's feet. He doesn't even have to move. A little bit of hesitation there from Lewis Miley, but well won back by Bruno as he advances.
He's away.
And he's holding the ball up, allowing Newcastle players to get back in. Plays it to Fabian Schär. Well played. Newcastle keep the ball. Schär advances into AC Milan's half. Plays it inside to Gordon, who can turn. And he's running. And he's running, but he plays in Miley on the far side. Joe Linton. Yes! Get in there!
Yes! Get in!
Yes! An absolute rocket! Get in there! What a goal!
You call it, Pete. You call it. Everything's going through J7.
He has been unplayable so far tonight. And I tell you what, it is an absolute rocket.
And to Mad Dog.
Absolute rocket. It's lovely play. They play it inside to Gordon. Gordon plays it out wide to Lewis Miley. Lewis Miley, who gets the assist, by the way, a Champions League assist, just knocks it inside to Joe Linton, who's probably about 16 yards out. He just takes a touch and absolutely rifles it into the top corner. Mike Magdien's got absolutely no chance whatsoever. What a goal. Joe Linton, take a bow.
Stands up.
A bow. Come on. What a goal. Wow.
He's really up for this game. Joe Linton.
Honestly, Daz, right from the beginning, you can just see he's on it tonight. You could tell everything about him. He's passing, he's pressing, he is playing forward. He's the man pushing and trying to deliver everything. We needed that first goal and we've got it. Come on.
James is getting an assist for that one. He's been talking about it in the chat for a while. So we'll give you an assist on that one, James.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. When they're dragging that extra midfielder over, it leaves space through the middle. And you are absolutely right. AC Milan have got a free kick, whipped it into the box. Whew, that was a little bit of ping pong then. Could have gone anywhere, but luckily fell to a Newcastle player and we clear it. And as it stands, they put the table up. As it stands, Newcastle are second on head-to-head rulings against PSG. So Newcastle United strike first. We strike first in this situation.
Blow up the games, ref. It's all over.
And the ball gets played out to Tino. He just doesn't do enough to keep it in. He's unlucky, though. He's covered a lot of ground to get there. And now I can hear the fans. The fans are singing. We're getting behind them. Let's go. Come on. Let's get another. Let's make this difficult for AC Milan. 2-0 would be a tremendous scoreline in this first half. It would give it all for AC Milan to do to get back in this game. And we have done more than enough to be winning. Full value for the win so far. 36 minutes in. Come on. What a goal. Wow. Absolutely.
Just think who we have on the bench as well to bring on to see it over the line if needs be in later in the game, with the likes of Longstaff and bringing on Isaac as well to give Wilson a bit of a break and just fresh legs to go at them.
Definitely. 100%, mate. 110%. It is this is where a squad is so important in games like this. It's so important. You need those other options to give players a breather. If you're going to say to Callum Wilson, give everything for 60 minutes, 65 minutes, you've got to then be able to have the ability to give him a rest and say, your work's done. Isaac, for 20, 25 minutes, go and do what you need to do. Go and absolutely smash it. Run into him. Give everything. Tino wins the ball back again and Gordon advances. And he's advancing again into the AC Milan half. He's left them for dead. Pulisic is trying to keep up with him, and he can't. Look, they're hacking it in. They're hacking it in. He plays it out. He plays it out.
Gordon.
An AC Milan player for a throw. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Superb. What a start for Newcastle United. 37 minutes in. Joe Linton with the ball back to Shaw, keeping the ball, playing it across to Jamal Lascelles. Jamal Lascelles with a 30-yard ball whipped into Trippier on that right-hand side, wide. Back to Lascelles. Lascelles into Lewis Miley's feet, who holds up the ball nicely, plays it back to Shaw, keeping possession lovely at the moment. Great to see. Trippier advances with the ball. Lovely.
Well done, Trips.
Leaves Rafa Leao on the floor. Bruno wide outright through the legs. Oh, it's a foul. Surely. Brilliant work from Bruno. Whips the ball through the legs of Florenzi. And Miley nicks the ball in front of Yunus Musa. And Musa brings him down. And it's a free kick wide on Newcastle's right-hand side. It's great work from Bruno Guimaraes and Lewis Miley. Positive stuff.
Don't let up now either. Keep going. Keep at the same pace. Bit like PSG game, but make sure of it at the end. But let's see what happens from this one. Big men are up again.
Ball whipped in. Miggy wins. Oh, he wins it, but it falls to an AC Milan player, and they try and advance, and they do advance. And Rafa Leao is advancing into the area, but Tino Livramento's got the pace, and he gets pushed down.
Done, Tino.
Brilliant defending from Tino Livramento.
Well done.
Brilliant defending. Lewis Miley chasing out to Theo Hernandez, putting pressure on, and it gets knocked off. Theo back off Theo Hernandez for a corner. Brilliant work from Lewis Miley. Superb stuff. And from a counter-attack from AC Milan, he's now pressed up the pitch and won an unlikely corner for Newcastle United as we hit the 40-minute mark. Brilliant start from Newcastle United. Can we get a second before half time? That would really light up St. James's Park to get a second goal in this situation. Would be superb stuff. As Trippier whips the ball into the box. Cleared by AC Milan. Miggy tries to advance with the ball. He gets knocked in the face by an AC Milan player. And it's a booking for Rafa Leao. Rafa Leao, Miggy tries to hold the player off, and it's an elbow to the face. Not intentional, but it's an elbow to the face, and he clatters him right in his cheek, and he's gone to ground. And it's a free kick to Newcastle United, about 30 yards out. Rafa Leao, we didn't mean it, but he's trying to hold him off. As Joe Linton's getting some spray to the back. That's not good. Come on, Joe. We need you. As it's showing
the Lynx effect. The Lynx effect. There you go.
As it's showing Joe Linton's goal again. And you know what? When it goes in, I'm going mad because it hits the back of the net. But Joe just stands still. He doesn't show any emotion, and all of a sudden just bursts into life. Mad. Big up Bradley. Thank you for your support at the channel from myself and Daz. It was a cracking goal from Joe Linton. hopefully we can get the result. That's for sure. And yeah, Craig Miley is having a cracking game so far, doing the business. As Trippier is standing over. Trippier standing over the ball.
What's he get? He's got something in his hand. Is it a note or something?
Possibly. Now, should Mickey be off the pitch? Should Mickey be going off the pitch because he's had treatment? Or did he get treatment? Ball gets whipped in. Oh, Joe Linton gets it, but he heads it actually backwards, rather than forwards. But Tino wins it back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton tries to play it into Lascelles, but plays it out for a throw in as the rest of the boys retreat. It falls onto the head of Joe Linton. To be fair, it's quite high. He's having to try and get his head and turn it. It's a very difficult position to get a decent head on, but it was a lovely whip ball in by Trippier, and AC Milan just advance into Newcastle's half on the halfway line. AC Milan playing it across the back as we approach into the 43rd minute. Pulisic out on the wide right. Gordon now chasing down Calabria. Tomori into Theo Hernandez. Now back out to their left. They're playing Florenzi. Might have been Yunus Musa actually. Tomori advancing with Wilson pushing. Pulisic cuts inside, cuts round Gordon. Now tries a 1-2, but the 1-2 doesn't work. Back to a Milan player though. Theo Hernandez has the ball, advances to Yunus Musa, who plays it short, thinking that Rafael's made the run and nobody's there. Newcastle win the ball back. Miggy whips it forward to Wilson, but Wilson is just second best to Tomori, and the ball gets played back to the Milan goalkeeper, and they advance again through Florenzi on the left-hand side into Reiners. Tomori advances into Newcastle's area. Joe Linton trying to close him down. Wilson trying to close him down and wins the ball. Gordon then plays it out wide, but nobody's there.
No one there.
It's in between Miley and Miggy, and nobody takes responsibility. It falls back to AC Milan's possession, but Trippier wins it back lovely. But then AC Milan win it back again, and they're on the move. I think this is Ruben Loftus-Cheek advancing forward, but it's won back by Shaw and then given back to AC Milan again. However, balls to Wilson. Wilson now has the ball.
You have it.
Advancing into AC Milan's box. Oh, he tries the little step over, but they nick the ball. But now we're advancing back into their box with Trippier on the far right-hand side. Plays in Miggy. Miggy advances into the area. Right-footed cross and out for a Newcastle United corner again. Well worked from Newcastle. The pressing's good and it's falling to them. You know, that's the one area for me with Callum Wilson is where that's where you want Alexander Isak. Is that when he's advancing into the box one-on-one like that, you know Isak's got the ability to beat a player and get a shot.
Dribble around them, yeah.
Wilson hasn't got that knack. It's not his fault. That's not his game.
It's not his game. Yeah.
But that's kind of what you need in that situation. Or you need a second player to be able to play off as like a 1-2 or someone to give an option to. Because he tries a little step over to cut inside and it's not really going anywhere. Corner about to be taken from Trippier. So Musa and Wilson are having a little bit of a to-do. But this is what we said Wilson was going to do. Ruffle feathers.
Yeah.
Certainly is.
That is his game.
Whip the ball into the box where he lofts it in. Magnan comes out. It gets headed towards goal.
Out.
Oh, he's ran into the Newcastle player. And
keeper's getting a yellow card.
Oh,
is it Magic Mike?
See, I thought that Joe Linton was going to get, because he runs in, He runs into Joe Linton. Joe Linton's looking at the ball all the way through. He literally just runs into Joe Linton, falls to ground, and then starts going mad. I think he gets booked. Mike Magnan is because
he does.
he asks for
Joe
a yellow
Linton
card.
lifts it. Joe Linton just kind of raises his arm a bit, like not, and he runs into him.
But if you look at it back, Joe Linton's looking at the ball. He's looking at the flight of the ball in the air. He's not even looking at the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper runs into him. Now,
Still giving out.
As a reminder, the goalkeeper has got history of getting sent off in matches for 2 yellow cards as well. So now he's been booked. It puts pressure on him because any small mistake and he's getting punished. Now, Dortmund and PSG has just gone to half time 0-0.
Okay.
That is confirmed 0-0 score. However, we're just approaching the 2 minutes extra time already in this game because there's only 2 minutes injury time. We're already past that allotted time. So I'm assuming that when Dubravka takes this free kick that Newcastle have just had or just won,
it should blow it up then.
And it's a great half for Newcastle United. 1-0 as the boys go in at halftime. Brilliant stuff. A really good, positive half of football in the Champions League for Newcastle United. So yeah, definitely.
Brett says there's been chances at both ends in Dortmund. He's got it on another screen.
Okay, so yeah, keep us in.
Well,
this is why we need you guys and girls on. You need to keep us informed because we are fully focused on this Newcastle United game right now. But yeah,
we're 45 minutes away from some form of European football. But let's see. Long way to go yet.
Definitely. But look, Daz, what are your thoughts? It is half time. Newcastle United are 1-0 up. What do you make of the first half, mate?
I'll echo what Stu has just said there. Outstanding first half. You know, they applied the pressure right from the off. Had all the chances really. There's a few breaks there in the last around the 40-minute mark. Milan had like we're trying to get into our box, and every time we clear it, we'd give it straight back to them. And that's the only thing they've done. And they had a free kick as well. That went nowhere with that. But they haven't threatened it. They haven't raised their game from going a goal behind. So you imagine they'll come out in the second half and have to go guns blazing because like they're going nowhere fast here the way it's standing, and we have to keep at it. So we can't sit back and allow them to come onto us. We have to play our same game, and then bring on a few subs just to kind of to make sure of it. But I think we should go for that second goal just to do our bit, and we can't do anything about the Dortmund PSG game, but just make sure we do our job and take it from there, Pete.
Definitely. That's what it's all about. I've been really impressed with Newcastle's application in this half. Well organised, well drilled. The players seem energised. They've got a lot of energy. They're pressing high. Lewis Miley, Miguel Almiron, Wilson, Gordon. We're getting the high press and we're getting joy from it. We're winning a lot of balls quite high up on the pitch, which means that Mike Maignan is having to go long. And when he goes long, it then turns into a 50-50 battle. And let's be honest, when you're up against the likes of Jamal Lascelles, when you're up against the likes of those physical players, you've got a great chance of winning the ball. And that's what they're doing right now.
We should have potentially we bring the birthday boy back in, but hey, go free on your birthday, Chris.
That's it.
But we should have been, we could have been, and maybe should have been 2-0 up there with Miggy if he'd used his right foot just to put that in the back of the net. But what's your thoughts on those chances that we had, Chris, and the first half in general?
I nearly came on, but I thought you'd probably well gone past it at that point. But I nearly came back on and went, Miggy, why don't you use your right foot? If he hits that with his right foot, it's in. It's done. But because he delays just for that split second to wait for it to hit his left foot, it gives Tomori the chance to clear it. Fantastic block, tackle, whatever you want to call it. It was brilliant. But what a first half, boys. More like the Newcastle of old. And I tell you what, I'm still reeling over that the composure Louis Miley showed to just touch the ball back to Joe Linton, who then flips it up and then hits it. Like, that won't get spoken about enough for me, that Louis Miley touch, because again, we talk about composure and the fact that he's only 17. He might have the adrenaline might have rushed to his head, and he'd take a shot because he wasn't that far out, and the angle was against him. But you'd expect a youngster to do something like that, make the wrong decision. But again, showing that he keeps making the right decision, just strokes it nice and easy to Joe Linton, catches everyone off guard, and then Joe Linton hits it. But no, brilliant. I thought we played really well, and really the message from me, boys, is just more of the same. I mean, what do you boys think about the first half?
It's been a superb half. I was just saying just before you came on, how well drilled we are. We're organised. James just put a super chat in. Thank you, James, for the $2. He said, "Why didn't you bring this energy at Goodison Park or Spurs?" And he's got a fair point.
He's right.
As I said to Daz before you came on, Chris, we are getting so much joy with the high press. Gordon's winning the ball up high. Wilson's nicking the ball up high. You got Miley. You got Miggy. They're all winning the ball high up the pitch, and it's then forcing Mike Magnan to hit the ball long because he's worried about keeping it short because of the press. And that then leaves us into a 50-50, which if you're going in a 50-50 with Shaw, Lascelles, Trippier's 1, 2 or 3 from Rafa Leao, you're going to back them to do that. And it is risk play. It's risk play on our part with a high press, but it's also risk play for them because what's happening in this half is that the 50-50s are going our way and we're then getting on the ball. We're winning the ball back and then going again. And we're creating a lot more chances off the back of that. But look, Daz will know. I was talking about Joe Linton right from the beginning of the game. I was saying this boy looks up for it. He looks like he's well up for this game. And he was winning every battle. He was nicking the ball back. His application on the ball was good. Finding the right players, finding feet. But he's advancing into the box. He's made 2 or 3 runs before he scores that goal, where he's advancing into the box. There was the one where Miggy should have scored, where he gets played in by Trippier and knocks it past the goalkeeper. He's made another couple of runs where he's not got on the end of it, but he's looking positive as that attacking midfielder, and it's working. And then he advances, like you said, great little touch in, a Champions League assist for Louis Miley as it plays again. Great ball inside to Gordon. Miley first time into Joe Linton, takes a touch at it. That's an absolute smash.
Brilliant.
A lot of love for Joe Linton in the chat. Go Linton, as the lads have been calling him here. And as Craig Lee says, I love Big Joe. He loves the big occasion. And I'm hoping, Craig Lee, that I get to use this one later on. I'm going to save it for later. Magic Mike is losing his shit. Let's hope he loses a bit more.
Said to your dad, he's got a history of being sent off with 2 yellow cards. He's already got a yellow card now. I won't put it past him being rattled by the atmosphere or a Callum Wilson, and he reacts and he gets sent off. And as it shows,
even Rio is celebrating.
Rio is celebrating. I think was it Shay Given? Might have been Shay Given at the back was going absolutely nuts in the studio. Brilliant stuff. Love
Question
it.
for you, Pete. Jason Clement asked, "How many brandies, Pete?" Jason is on 7 cans of Stella for me, so other beers are available.
I'm sorry. I'm on for the last 2 weeks. I've been on the water. I've not had a brandy for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So yeah, no real reason. I just haven't had one. But I'm not gonna lie. I've got a couple of bottles in the kitchen. If we get the result tonight, I might have to crack open a celebratory one. Not just for the result.
If we get in the hat for the draw, Pete, save it for then. If we do, fingers crossed, save it for then.
Fingers crossed.
By the way, boys, did you have I had a little laugh to myself. Did you enjoy when Rafa Leao tried to play it round Livramento as if to go, I'll just beat you for pace, and Livramento was like, nah, mate, nah. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Not today, mate. Not today.
Yeah, you could see his face just like, okay, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, he literally gave it up, didn't he?
Yeah.
He just gave it up. He knew he weren't going to match him. Quality stuff. Quality.
Yeah. Good point here by Would-Be Farmer. This is where AC Milan get rattled by the St. James's Park supporters and their earthquake measuring noise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been surprised the referee's kept his cards in his pocket, to be honest. There's been a couple of challenges, and I thought, the yellow cards are going to start coming out soon, and obviously Magic might help with that. And I think Raphael got one, didn't he, for the elbow on Miggy. But I can see this getting quite feisty now, and I think we're gonna press them even more and really take it to them. Really take it to them the second half. Would you make any changes, boys? Are you? Oh, they're showing the PSG highlights now, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't know who clears the ball off the line from Mbappe, but I tell you what, that clearance is a thing of beauty. And Barcola, who we know about on this channel, he whips the post. But yeah, apparently there's a few been watching the game. I think it was Brett C that said he's been watching the Dortmund game, and there's been chances for both teams. So it's up in the air still, but we're in the driving seat at the moment, mate. And to answer your question, no, I wouldn't make any changes. Not right now. I don't think we need to, not unless we're forced into it, which I pray we're not. Things are going well right now. I think we've really rattled AC Milan. I think the physicality they've really struggled with, the big physical battles. They're not getting their own way. The likes of Raphael, Giroud, and one or two others like Theo Hernandez. They don't like the battle. Calabria doesn't like the physicality of Gordon and the fact that he gives it him back. I think that's working. And the more physical we become, I think we'll play into our hands, because I think it will start to properly rattle them. But what I want second half, first 5 or 10 minutes, obviously not to concede. If we get another goal, fantastic. But what I want is the atmosphere to be ramped up, properly ramp it up for the first 10, 15 minutes. Get right behind the players and really kind of stamp it up a level. Obviously, I've got it slightly lowered down because we're doing this, but I can't hear them as loud as what I would like. And I get that because there's maybe a little bit of nerves there because of what's riding on it. But I just think get behind the boys, ramp the levels up even more so, and really put Milan under pressure. We're hitting the Gallagate second half. We're going down. We're down the hill, hitting the Gallagate. So that'll put more pressure on Milan as well, particularly if we keep possession like we have been doing. Because I've been really impressed with that.
Yeah, do you know what? I think Betsy's just put some stats in there on the PSG game, and I was just thinking to myself then, just imagine if Dortmund go 1-0 up. I think you'll soon see the atmosphere rattle up at St. James's when they hear that Dortmund have gone 1-0 up, and hopefully that's what we see, because then PSG have got an uphill battle, because PSG obviously need 2 goals then. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that Dortmund can do us a favour.
Yeah, and UEFA stay out of it as well. Craig says about the 96-minute winner for them, gifted to them or something like before.
Hey, if anything, they owe us. If we're winning 1-0 and it hits 90 minutes, 1 minute extra time, that's it, done. Like they owe us. For one, in Paris, they gave way more extra time than there should have been, and then they gave a 96-minute penalty. Either that or an early penalty in the second half to put us 2-0 up. Either one. You choose, UEFA. You choose 1-0 extra time at 1-0 or a penalty. You owe us big time. And we ain't going to let you forget it, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
45 minutes, lads. It all comes down to this.
Taking away, obvious problems that may or may not occur. If everything was fine and we were playing well, and Eddie thought, I want to freshen things up, what would you guys be inclined to do? Say we're at the 65th, 70th minute, and Eddie's like, we need some new legs here. So there's no injuries or anything. Looking at that bench, what would be the changes that you'd be looking to make, or from what you've seen in that first half?
I'd bring on Isaac and for Wilson, because I don't think Wilson is going to. We don't want him to see through the 90s. Well, let's save him. We wanted two strikers going into all the rest of the Christmas games. But so bring on Isaac, and also I'd take off Miley and bring on Longstaff, because Longstaff will run all day as well, unless someone picks up a card in the park as well. Maybe look to swap out someone else, or there's someone gets a knock. But yeah, Longstaff and Isaac for me would be the two my go-to changes.
What about you, Pete?
Exactly the same. I'd only bring Dan Burn on if we needed him. So if it was 1-0 and we were really under the cosh late on in the game, I would then bring him on then. But I wouldn't take him off for Livramento. I'd keep Livramento if he's fit on the pitch to be an outlet or to be that recovery guy. But bring Burn on, because if they're chasing the game, they're going to try and whip balls into the box, and Burn's height will prove really effective later on in the game. But Miley and Longstaff at 60, 65 minutes just makes sense. Say to Miley, you got 65 in you, leave it all out there, and then come and get your rest. And then Longstaff, with his energy levels, continues the job, and that gives him a little bit of extra minutes in his legs, in the tank, and can take us forward. And then, I think you know what I thought about protecting Wilson. Unless we're losing at that point, fingers crossed, we're 3-0 up at that point, and we can give him a rest. I would do exactly that, and let Isaac say, right, 25 minutes, just go run at AC Milan, see us home, press everything, hold the ball up, which is important, and link the play to keep us in possession. That would be the thing that I'd say. But yeah, a few people have said, Munch and a few others, I think Geordie Team for Life said that there is noise. Like I did say that I've got my volume on low, so I can't hear it. But
muted.
It's what I want. I want whatever the noise levels were in the first half. I want it up a notch, another 10%, just to put that pressure on AC Milan, because they haven't experienced this type of atmosphere at St. James's Park before, and I want them to be intimidated, and I want the Newcastle players to feel like they've got everyone behind them, like willing them on every pass, every tackle. And that first 10 minutes in the game is where teams can sometimes lose concentration, but that want and will of the fans can make the difference. It can switch players on and keep them more alert in those crucial moments. So fingers crossed.
Not bad for Eddie Howe's 6th Champions League game ever to attend.
Yeah, definitely.
Here we go.
And let's not forget, boys, just to add before the shoot off, as things stand, Milan need 2 goals. So they can't just sit back. They're going to have to do something. So that's an opportunity for us to go and grab a second, because if it stays as it is, or even if Milan get a draw, they're still out. So Milan have really got to come at us, and I'm expecting a reaction from Milan this second half.
I think it will be. They'll try and keep it long ball. They'll try and keep things ticking over, and hope that they can try and nick something as Gordon wins the ball back high up.
Chris, on your birthday, they're going to do it. They won't want you ranting again at full time.
No. I'll see you on the other side, boys.
Yes.
Come on, Chris.
Come on.
See you later, boys.
Top man. Joe Linton's got the ball. Wilson's on the edge of the area. Shoots. Straight at Magnian. The ball falls short. Wilson and another player, I can't remember, couldn't see who, was tussling for the ball. It might have been Miley or Miggy, but it falls to Wilson. Dead centre, about 20 yards out, and he hits it with his left foot. I think he tries to place it in the corner, but it goes straight into the hands of Mike Magnian. And again, AC Milan go long into Pulic's feet, plays it inside. Milan playing the ball across their midfield. They're continuing to play across the midfield, pressing high. Miley's pressing high. Miggy's pressing high. Newcastle trying to push them back. Wilson pressing high on Tomori. And then Livramento tries to press and nicks the ball, but it still falls to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's on that right-hand side, tries to cross a ball, and it's an awful cross. And Newcastle advance the ball with Livramento, who then plays it in lovely into Wilson's feet. Wilson holds it up nicely and gets floored by a defender. And the referee pulls it back for a free kick. Well done by Callum Wilson. Ball into Callum Wilson. He's held up everything tonight. Been big and strong, holding the ball up. Old school striker like. Back to goal, hold it up, keep the ball, finds another man and does his job. And he won a free kick off the back of that. Tomori's had his work cut out with Wilson so far. We said he was going to, Wilson will always ruffle feathers. He might not have the perfect touch or the skill to take on 2-3 men, but he will make it difficult.
Different qualities.
Yeah. He's that old school striker. Look, he's still pressing Magnan with the ball.
I'd still bring in a third one though, Pete.
Yeah. It's been proven this season that a third striker it would be a good option. Gordon out on the left, advancing after a ball from Bruno, plays it back to Joe Linton, who initially won the ball back, did some brilliant pressing work. Bruno whips it into the box, cleared by Tomori, but Joe Linton was up challenging for the ball. He was trying to hold his ground, but the referee's given a free kick to AC Milan there. I'm not quite sure that was right, but AC Milan advancing with the ball. Florenzi back to Theo Hernandez to Tomori. Hernandez now advancing with the ball. Miley looking to press that, and he does. Out to Florenzi, now pressed by Miggy. Miley pressing to Hernandez, high up. Out to Tomori. The pressing game has worked so far, but they break that press through Livramento and Pulisic, and Newcastle play it out for a throw-in. Halfway in Newcastle's half. As we approach the 50th minute.
They haven't come out all gung-ho yet, have they?
No, they haven't.
The same
Milan are being reserved. Milan are being reserved. It's the same as resumed, really. Newcastle pressing high, trying to win the ball high up. AC Milan being very reserved with the ball, trying to keep possession and play. Trying to play it into Giroud's feet, which they do.
We've got Red said Dortmund has scored.
Oh, and they have. Dortmund 1-0 up.
Get in, Dortmund.
As Bruno advances, he gets the ball nicked, but Wilson still keeps the ball out to Tino Livramento. Gordon's now advancing into the box. Comes out wide. Plays it out to Miley. Miley advances into the box, but he's being handed out. Miggy's there. Miggy plays it back to Bruno. Bruno into Gordon on the edge of the area. Shoots just over. Dortmund have scored. They've got the goal. Adeyemi with the goal on the 52nd minute. Big goal in the grand scheme of things. It's a massive goal. And now you can hear Dortmund, confirmed on TV now.
Yeah.
As Wilson takes a shot again, straight at the goalkeeper. We've had 3 shots this half, all 3 at the goalkeeper. Newcastle win the ball back with Trippier. Trippier to Miley. Now Miggy running at Florenzi. Plays it back to Trippier. Trippier to Bruno. Bruno trying to keep possession. Plays in Miggy. Miggy back to Bruno again. Tries to play him win a corner.
Lucky.
He gets paid for a goal kick. It's unlucky there. To see what he was doing.
Everyone's on the phones checking as well. Cheers, Brett, for flagging that to us.
Yes. Brett on the button, as always. And the fans are up, they're chanting, they're singing. Newcastle know it's in their hands. Rafa Diao gets cleaned out by Trippier. It is a free kick. Is it a yellow card? No.
No, miss it.
AC Milan players complaining. Maybe
John
one of them
Malkovich
will.
having none of it. Hey, you're in for the Dortmund goal, are you?
Dortmund!
Hey.
And I was like, no way.
Come on.
It's on now, boys. It's on now.
Not yet. Not yet.
It's all on us. We just need to win this game.
Exactly.
Win this game. It's on us. We've got the emphasis now. We win the game. We're through. Simple as that. Massive. Miggy pressing high.
I'll be back.
Top man.
I'll
Catch you in a minute.
2-0 Dortmund.
Oh, hopefully. Come on. Love it. Love it.
It's a pity he can't have a night off on his birthday, but he has to sell that live on. Poor Chris.
53 minutes in. Fans are singing. You can hear them. They're well up for it.
We've Jordi is gone. He's including the Dortmund colours as well.
Hey. Love it. Love it, Jordi. Love it. Let's go. You are absolutely right. Newcastle still looking to press. As soon as AC Milan approach the halfway line, the press starts. Miley. Joe Linton's now pressing. Wilson's now pressing the goalkeeper. They're having to go long every time, and then Trippier gets cleaned out. Surely that's a free kick. Surely. I think the refs played on. And Trippier gets clattered. It was a free kick all day. He should have just pulled up for it. It's 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah. Warren's Emery has equalised 56 minutes. He is a very, very talented young player.
He's good.
And he's now equalised. It is 1-1. So things have changed.
PSG up the tempo, obviously.
Yeah. Changed very, very quickly. Still in Newcastle United's hands. We are winning. We are winning, and it's still in our favour, should we say, right now. However, yeah, they're just confirming it on TV. The goal, Tino Livramento leaves Pulisic for dead as he advances on the left-hand side. Plays in Gordon. Gordon is in the box, advances. Plays in, and Theo Hernandez has to put it behind for a corner as Gordon tries to say to the fans, come on, come on. Yeah.
Great little move, though. Great run by Tino.
Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. I think Gordon's looking for the cutback, but there's nobody there.
Yeah. No,
there's an AC Milan player there. I think it's Yunus Musa. So he then has to play it across goal, but Wilson's right at the back post. So he's not in a position to get the ball. So playing it across goal, it forces the centre-back into making a decision, and it's out for a corner. Ball gets played short to Bruno. Bruno back to Trippier. Trippier played out wide. Oh, it's a lovely taken move.
Miggy.
And he plays it first time to Miggy, who makes the run to the penalty spot. It's clearly been worked on. And he plays that ball, but Miggy tries to hit it on the volley. And it just goes through his legs and runs out for a throw. Yeah, it's unlucky. It's a really nice, well worked maneuver, to be fair. Fair play. Just unlucky that Miggy just doesn't get the connection right. Gordon was a nice press, brilliant press, and it gets put out for a throw in. Brilliant press by Gordon. on Calabria. Wilson clearly gets fouled there, but the referee's played on again. Brilliant from Joe Linton. Wins the ball back fantastically.
Well done. Play on as well.
Oh, so lucky. Bruno plays it to Gordon. Gordon nearly keeps it on, but it's just a bit too far wide for him. And now AC Milan playing far out on Newcastle's left-hand side, sorry. Trying to create something, trying to make something happen, but the Newcastle press, he beats Bruno Reynes, and he advances into the box. He tries to play it across the box, blocked by Fabian Shaw, out for a corner.
Well done, Char.
Good defending there. He beats Bruno too easy there. Bruno just stands up. He stands up straight to him. He should be side on, not letting him play it through him. He just nicks it past him, and Bruno's done, and he's able to then advance into the box. Corner comes in, headed back in by Ruben Loftus-Cheek, cleared by Newcastle, but still in possession by Yunus Musa. Musa getting pressed by Trippier, who advances, plays Rafa Leao, plays Giroud, and it's a goal. AC Milan score. Christian Pulisic. It comes from nothing, really. It's a poor goal to concede. It's a poor goal to concede. Yeah. It's ping ball. Trippier gets done. Too easy by Yunus Musa. He slips. But he's giving him all of the option. He plays in Rafa Leao, who's Shaw's keeping him on side.
Hang on.
Shaw's keeping him on side.
You imagine
it gets miskicked into Giroud. Giroud plays it out wide, and Pulisic is there unmarked. It's poor defending. He's in the 6-yard box. He's not marked. It's an easy goal to concede. It's far too easy. It's far too easy.
We still have Isak on the bench, remember, as well, to mix it up if we need to. It's the only thing Milan have done in this game.
Yeah. But it just shows how dangerous it is.
Yeah.
There is someone warming up or getting themselves ready. Isak coming on.
You imagine it's for Wilson.
Apparently, it's for Anthony Gordon.
Ooh. Okay, we're going to move him out to the left. Okay, we're going to go all-out attack.
Possibly.
I would have said Miggy. I'd switch Gordon over to the right.
It worries me that they're taking Gordon off so early as we hit the 60-minute mark.
It wasn't training during the week as well, or was it yesterday or something like that? He wasn't seen at training. Is there something going on there we don't know about?
Possibly. Newcastle fans are getting behind the lads as Miggy advances. Miley plays it in. Plays it to the back post. And Magnian tries to collect the ball, but he could only tip it behind. Wilson tries to get a touch on it to steer it goal, but in fact he puts it. Yeah. They're just showing the offside. Shaw's just keeping him on.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's up to Lascelles is right because he's playing him offside, and Gordon is coming off for Isak. Don't know whether there's something up with Gordon.
Gordon's race is run.
Just protecting him. Dan
Who else
Burns
coming
on too. Dan
Wow.
Burn.
Going for height. Where's Burn going to go though?
Trippier. Oh, interesting.
Okay, so Livramento over to the right. That is a strange one, especially when he's going to be out of the Fulham game.
Interesting.
Okay, he's going.
Let's change things now. So Rafael up against Tino Livramento. The move actually works because it's pace for pace.
And it's adding some height as well.
Yeah. Adding that height, pace for pace, it makes sense, but you just don't normally see Trippier come off, especially when the game's so finely balanced.
The strangest bit there is Gordon coming off. I would put Gordon on the right and put taking off Miggy because you're going to have Livramento now.
The ball. The ball back to AC Milan, and now Rafael 1-on-1 with Shaw, advancing, takes on Shaw. He's into the box. Oh, Shaw nearly brings him down. Jesus Christ. Shaw, you are playing a dangerous game there. Luckily, he doesn't touch him. And the ball is won by Newcastle.
Going for broke here.
But it's played back. And Newcastle won the free kick.
What happened there?
Newcastle have won the free kick. Rafael looks dangerous there in those one-on-ones. He just ghosts past Shaw. But Shaw tries to get a nick on it. He does get a touch, to be fair. He does get a touch. And you know what? Fair play to Leao. He stays on his feet. He probably would have got a penalty if he'd have gone down. And to be fair, that's what Pioli's going mad. I think he's saying, why didn't he go down? He could, because he probably would have got a penalty in that position. Joe Linton plays out wide. Oh, it gets cut out by AC Milan, and Rafael's on the ball again, but he holds it up. You can see what Joe Linton's trying to do, but it's such a risky pass. And they've got AC Milan quickly get two players to the ball. James asking the question, why we thank you for your super chat, by the way. Why are we risking Burn? It's great tackle by Tino Livramento up against Rafael. But yeah, well, is it a risk? Like Chris said before the game, is it that the likes of Wilson and Burn are 100% fit and they've just been rested for this game? Are they ready to go? It had to be the move, really, in order to get Livramento on the right-hand side. He was dealing with Pulisic quite comfortably, although he wasn't in position for when Pulisic scored. But Rafael is slowly starting to come into the game now to start to affect things. As AC Milan's corner gets whipped into the box. No. A player goes down, AC Milan player goes down in the box. Theo Hernandez, and the referee runs straight up to Theo Hernandez and is saying, "Get on your feet." It's nothing in it. Bruno's not even touching him.
No,
he's looking. See, this is what we've got to be worried about now when those balls go into the box, because after that Rafael situation, you're going to now start to expect that AC Milan are going to go to ground quite easily.
A question from James here: how close is Botman?
We don't know.
Too far away.
Botman and Barnes are the two players that Eddie Howe's refusing to talk about. So we got wind that Botman was back training 2 weeks ago, was back on grass, not in first team training, but back on the grass with his knee. Then we haven't really heard anything since. As Miggy wins the ball back, lovely. And Newcastle advance with the ball. Give it Joe. Go on, Joe. Give it to
Go on,
Isak.
Isak.
Isak one-on-one. Isak one-on-one with Calabri. Shoots. Oh, that looks like he gets a deflection.
Yeah, it did look like a deflection.
It dipped really quickly. I think Ali McCoy is saying that on TNT.
We need to get Isak into the game here now.
It does. It gets a touch. It dips. Takes a touch off his foot. Should have been a corner. But that's the position that we want Alexander Isak to be in. That one-on-one, advancing into the area with Calabri. Maybe he needs to cut onto his left-hand side next time. Keep him guessing. Lascelles is giving another free kick to Giroud, to AC Milan. He's tussling with Giroud. He's not making it easier for him, which is good. But we don't want to be giving needless free kicks away. He's got his hands on him, hands round him. It's well played from Giroud. It's good strikers play. Because Giroud it's coming straight to Giroud. Giroud's positioned himself so well that the ball's coming to him. Lascelles is trying to wrestle him out of position and ends up taking him down, which is unfortunate. Ball back to Magnan. Mike Magnan's good with both feet, left and right, comfortable with releasing the ball with both. Always a key component with a goalkeeper to have that ability to do that. Joe and Miggy playing the ball round on the Newcastle's right-hand side. Lovely from Miley. Little touch in there from Miley. Leao, big lump forward. Well won by Shaw. Won back by Bruno, and Bruno advances again. Come on, Isak, move for him. Move for him. Right, now go. Now go at him. Now go at him. Go on, cut on your left. Cut on your left. Bruno on the edge of the box. Bruno! Oh, it's off the ball! Oh, my word.
Keeper got a touch and off the bar.
Great save from Magnan off the bar. Really well played. And now AC Milan are on the counter-attack with Giroud. Giroud loses the ball out to Livramento. Shaw now has the ball. And the crowd are up. They want it. They want it.
Come on, lads.
69 minutes gone. Isak has been a threat on that left-hand side. Joe now out to support Tomori. Holding up the ball. Lovely. Plays it to Isak. Lovely play. Isak now standing up, I believe, Calabri. Plays it to Bruno. Bruno on the edge again. Takes another touch inside. Plays it to Miggy. Miggy inside. Oh, just misses Wilson. Just behind Wilson by inches. Oh, it's lovely play. Now AC Milan are on the counter again. This is the problem. This is what we've got to be worried about.
Mark.
Well done. Well done by Shaw and Lascelles. Win the ball back. And Isak is now end to end. Isak's now advancing. Plays in Lewis Miley. Lewis Miley's played really well connecting with Miguel Almiron. Plays in Miley. Miley back to cross it into the box. Lips it to the back post. Magnan collects the ball. I don't know why he's holding his face for. Bruno, just looking at Bruno's shot. He tries to whip it into the far corner. Oh, Mike Magnan gets a touch onto it and he touches it up onto the bar. It's a great effort from Bruno.
It's a great shot.
Longstaff coming on. I imagine it would be for Lewis Smiley. I would imagine.
Just to freshen it up.
Yeah, Lewis Smiley's played really well. This is a great time to take him off.
Well done.
He's done a great job for 70 minutes. Now, Longstaff.
What's the odds of Sean scoring? Send us through into the gallery.
I don't know, but I like those odds. I'm not going to lie. You know what? You know why it's a good time to bring Longstaff on is because Longstaff likes to make those runs. You know, like similar run where he scored against PSG.
Yeah,
that inside run. They're allowing Miley to make those runs, and they're not even tracking him. So if Longstaff's in that position and wins the ball, we know We know he can
He's
shoot.
definitely
We know he can
he's
score.
definitely getting a shot. It's just whether he's brought his shooting boots with him.
Yeah, definitely. Ruben Loftus-Cheek wins, should we say, a free kick against Newcastle. This is what they're doing now, going to ground very easily. Very, very easily. As Milan make a couple of changes.
Comment here from IB 1998 says PSG missed a sitter.
Good news. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek's coming off. Pabega is coming on, aka Pogba.
Let's just call him
Pabega's
Paul.
coming on. Yeah, Paul. Paul Bega. And Pulisic is coming off, the goal scorer. And so they're going 2 up top. Luka Jovic is coming on.
Have to go for it.
Yeah, we've been linked with him before, Luka Jovic. They're going 2 up top. Big, physical. Now Shaw and themselves are going to have to deal with the big and physical now. 2 big physical. Oh, whip to the back post. Thank God. Dubravka comes and collects from the Rafael. Whew. Thank you, Lisa. Hope you're well. Hope you've been spoiling our boy. Longstaff to Miggy. Miggy advancing into the area, plays it. Or no, he keeps the ball. I thought he was playing it back to Longstaff to Bruno. Bruno tries to play the flick in and behind. But now AC Milan are on the counter, but well pressed and won back by Longstaff. Another super chat from James. Thank you, James. Apparently you're in for
no, we don't want
to... No, not the Man United Onana, the Everton one. He's a good player. He's a talented player. 30 million and he's all yours.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry, that's
he's
James
all ours.
saying. Everton was playing. Okay.
PSG have scored.
Oh fuck.
Who else but Kylian Mbappe? Yeah. It's just popped up. PSG have scored.
Yeah, Brett has as well.
Not the result we wanted.
Can't do anything about that one though.
No, we can't do anything about it. Can only focus on what we need to do. Kylian Mbappe. So at this moment in time, they're checking VAR apparently for the PSG goal. Mbappe. As Shaw advances, that's got to be a free kick. Shaw, no. What? Oh, disallowed. 1-1 still. The game is on.
Yeah, look at the screen. Yeah, it's offside, no goal. They haven't changed the text. Yep, it's gone. They've changed the text on screen now. 1-1. Nice one. Get in. We'll celebrate that as well.
Brilliant stuff. Is it
Seven got to get a card there earlier.
Calabria's gone down. It's an awkward landing. Shaw slips. To be fair, he slips. It's not a free kick. He slips and falls into Calabria, but he clatters Calabria's left leg, and Calabria is struggling right now. He looks in a lot of pain. And he's getting the sprays on him and all sorts. But yeah, he just clatters into him. It's not. I thought they thought that Shaw had dived, and I thought he was going to get a booking, but it's not. He's just slipped and fallen into him. It's a complete accident. But yeah, 75 minutes in, 76 minutes in, should we say? There'll be a few minutes added on time, no doubt, especially after this stoppage. Calabria is going off after some medical treatment. It is a free kick about 25 yards out in AC Milan.
15 minutes remain.
Last 15. Can we get that goal? Can we get the goal that secures things for us?
Launched up by Milan.
Free kick.
Giroud trying to hold it up. Free out.
Free kick. Happy days.
Yeah, look at him like Lascelles, yeah. Lascelles has a moat as well. Isaac wins the throw.
Bruno advancing. Joelinton. Lovely from Joelinton. Advances it to Bruno. Bruno plays it into Livramento. Livramento in the box. Wilson, oh my God. Hey up. Wilson clearly gets taken out, surely.
VAR, come on. You owe us one.
Shaw wins the ball back and gets taken out. Now, a yellow card for, is it Jovic? Gets a yellow card. Surely they're going to check this. Surely. We're not interested in that one. It's a free kick, clearly. The ball gets played in.
Nah, he stood on him.
Yeah. It's not a penalty. Newcastle have the ball. Advancing with Tino Livramento, plays it back to Bruno. Bruno whips it into the box. Flicked up by Dan Burn. Oh. Magnan punches it out. Oh no. Oh no. Rafael's in. Oh my God. Oh, he hits the post. Oh my days. What was Tino Livramento doing? It was poor from Tino Livramento. The ball's up in the air. He just needs to bring
on
it
the
down
edge here.
Back touch. And they play him in, and you're just expecting. You're expecting Rafael to score that. We have been let off there. It was poor from Tino. He's got to be.
Night yet?
Touch has got to be better there.
Come on, Mickey.
Wow. He tries to wrong foot Dubravka and play it into the near post, and he beats Dubravka, but that's a free kick, surely. No, he doesn't win the ball, ref. Teo Hernandez has just glided past two Newcastle midfielders. Tries to play in Rafael.
Here we go again.
It doesn't materialize.
End to end there now.
It really is end to end. Don't play it there, Tino. You're putting Lascelles under pressure. No need.
He can handle pressure.
He can, and he dealt with it well in that situation. But look, we've just a needless opportunity given to AC Milan that they didn't deserve, and they probably could have been 2-1 up at that point.
Good ball, Isaac.
Isaac advances in. He gets wrestled down. That's a free kick all day. He's literally wrestled into the ground. Great little run from Isaac. And look, he's pulled him to the ground. It's a yellow card all day. How many yellow cards have AC Milan got? How many have they got? 1, 2, they've got 3. 3 yellow cards. Last 10 minutes. Newcastle,
roll of the
35 yards out. Free kick.
Still all to play for. Finishing second, third, or fourth in this group.
Plays it short to Tino. Tino lofts it in. Flicked. Oh, it's to nobody.
Oh.
Miggy trying to. It's a great win. That's not a free kick, referee. He wins the ball. Now, what's interesting here is that Teo Hernandez is now playing more on the left-hand side. In the last 3 or 4 minutes, he's advanced 2 or 3 times with the ball, and he hasn't done that before all game. So I think AC Milan have shifted the tactics slightly.
Yeah,
to ensure
they're
that,
changing it up again, Pete. They're going to go all out here now in a few minutes, and that'll leave spaces for us as well as making it difficult for us at the back.
Definitely. AC Milan corner. AC Milan have got a lot more joy than Newcastle have when they played the ball into the box. Now the ball's been released there. Great block, and Isaac has won it. Oh, Isaac, that's too lax. Make sure the ball gets played. Just allows AC Milan to make the subs now. Miggy was running ahead of him. Giroud. Is Giroud? Giroud's coming off. Interesting. Giroud's coming off. Who's coming on? Yunus Musa's gone off. So I believe it's Samuel Chukwueze's come on. And so Chukwueze's come on, which basically will mean that Luka Jovic will play through the middle. He'll now be a main man through the middle. And Noah Okafor.
On burn.
Lovely one-touch pass by Joelinton. Lovely. Joelinton. A lovely ball from Dan Burn. Go on, Sean, have a pop. Oh, just didn't sit right for him. Go on, Cher. Go on.
All the way.
Someone needs to get back because Cher's not there. Bruno, oh my God. This is why we need a defensive midfielder. He gets beat so easily in that midfield and he hasn't got the legs
4 on
to get
3.
in. 4 on 3. No. They've scored.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sub. Now we're fucked.
Counter-attack. Honestly, the recovery from Bruno is so slow. It's so slow. We haven't got the legs to get back in. Shaw's made the run fine. Someone just go and sit in there. And they've taken advantage of it. They've looked dangerous on the counter-attack all game. Like, particularly in the second half. They break so quickly. Isaac hasn't got the legs. He doesn't continue running. Bruno.
He's only after coming on.
Look at Bruno. Look how slow he is getting back in. Oh. It's a poor goal to concede.
Yeah.
It's a poor goal to concede. It really is.
From 1-0 up to 2-1.
This is why, Dad. This is why we need a defensive midfielder because they break up the play there. They stop that from playing. You cannot have Bruno as the deep line midfielder. You cannot have it. His recovery runs are not good enough. He's too slow in the recovery runs. He hasn't got the legs to get back. It happened against Spurs. It happened against Everton. It's happened earlier on in the season against the likes of Man City. If you want to play against these top teams, you need a defensive midfielder to be able to sit in, even if you bring him on later on in the game. You can't rely on Bruno Guimaraes to play as the deep line midfielder because his recoveries are not good. On the ball, fantastic, superb. He's played some great stuff tonight moving the ball forward, but you cannot expect him to do that defensive recovery, especially when you're coming up against pace. He hasn't got it. He just hasn't got it. He hasn't got the legs. He hasn't got the pace. Such a shame. They're on the attack again. Tilo Livramento's been left. Oh, they're in again. It's a great block by Scher or Byrne, one of the two.
Burn,
Tilo Livramento's just, whether he's been told to stay forward, but
well, at this stage, you might as well.
We're now being killed on that side.
Go on, Joe Linton.
One turn too many. Got to get the ball into the box there. Come on, Bruno. They're going to play for that now. Come on. Rafael's gone off. Can't believe it.
Again, running out of steam. We're in our own box at the moment. Miggy bringing out the ball.
Yeah.
Plays it out to Joe Linton. Joe Linton back to Miggy. Miggy to Isaac. Isaac, where is he going? Back to Joe Linton. Bruno in the middle of the park.
We'll move the ball quicker.
Sells to Longstaff. Longstaff to Bruno. Bruno being shadowed out. Throw Newcastle. Come near to the 89th minute. Joe Linton.
Just put it in, Bruno. Why are you trying to take another touch? Just put it in the box.
Goes out for a goal kick.
Come on, man. Poor. You beat the man. Whip it in. Trying to take an extra touch in there. It's too tight. I got taken out.
Yeah, you take it out there.
Free kick, yellow card. What's the 5th yellow card tonight?
Four minutes in there.
Yeah. Come on, balls into the box. Add it to shot. Oh, come on. Come on, Dubravka, hurry up.
Come out with it.
Bruno whips it long.
Going nowhere. Back to Dubs. Again, who was going to play to Bruno but didn't.
Oh, come
Gone
on,
long.
nobody's gambling. It's a good flick from Dan Burn. It's a good flick. Nobody's gambling. Nobody gambling whatsoever. Go on, Joe. Make some happen, son. Make some happen. Go on. Oh. Corner.
It's Go on, Dubs. Come on, up for this. Come up for a keeper.
Joe Linton's played so well tonight. So well. He's been our driving force tonight. He's been our driving force.
And he scored in the last day as well. And,
I'm not being funny. I wouldn't have Dubravka going up for the corner.
Worried to get injured? We might as well lose 3-1 than 2-1.
Oh no.
Here we go.
And now they break. There we go. It's not going in.
We're in. We've got 1 minute, 15 seconds left.
Go on, Shaw's got the ball. Come on. Do something. Turn, Joe. Turn.
Miggy, give it in.
There's no one there. They're all standing at the back post. Spread yourselves out. Give yourselves an opportunity. All literally standing in the same place. Oh, 3-on-2. Look at oh my God. This is horrible to watch.
2. Has to play him in.
And he's at the post, Tomori. Look, we're not even running out to chase him. And he just takes the ball. That'll be a lot. That'll be a lot. Tomori hits the post, tries to run it into the corner, and Shaw just takes him out. Exactly what he wanted.
Yep, that'll be it now.
Big shame. Real big shame. Disappointing way to go out at the Champions League and Europe, in fact. Really disappointing way.
What's happening here? Fight?
Yeah, out of Europe.
All over. Yeah.
Yeah, really disappointing.
It's the hope that gets you. Positive is that we can focus on domestic games now. Yep, true. And we're still in the League Cup, obviously, and the FA Cup. So cross Europe off the list.
Yeah, that's it. That's your lot. Focus on the cups, on the league. Yeah, that's your lot. But look, the one thing we need to do is take experience from this, because there are crucial moments within games during the Champions League where we haven't managed situations well. We didn't manage situations well there. Every man dropping forward, Bruno Guimaraes running through treacle, not being able to get back, and he's our most defensive midfielder. There's so many situations. Anyhow, what he needs to do now is go out and get a number 6. We have to start playing with a number 6 away from home in Europe. We need to make sure that we are equipped, because we weren't, to handle situations like this. And number 6 shores up those situations so they don't score those goals. Chukwueze doesn't score that goal if we have a number 6. I feel sorry for Joe Linton. Joe Linton was sensational tonight.
He was unbelievable.
He was brilliant.
Wilson played the full match as well, and Isaac does not look himself. He hasn't looked himself for a while.
Yeah.
Miggy put that one away with his right foot. Look at that as well.
Yeah. It's poor.
Yeah, even Lab Gorilla says you guys should have been out of sight in that first half. Yeah, we had some chances. Yeah, he does. As James says, Isaac does look lost. There's something not right. Yeah, Irish Bear says heads will be down for Fulham, but we have to pick ourselves up and go again because we need to get back on track. And also, someone says here as well about LB. It says LB 1998 goes Newcastle and Man United have let England down. There'll be no fifth spot now. Don't know about that, but
yeah, it does affect it. There's a chance we might not get the fifth spot now. With two English teams going out, it does massively affect things. Yeah. As I've said, guys, there's people coming in the chat, and I can't not agree with you. There's people saying that we've let it slip. Really poor second half. I have to be honest. I can't not agree with you. I really can't. It's such a naive performance from Newcastle in that second half. We haven't managed the game well at all, and we've let a lot of attacking intent go away from us. Yeah, I just think it's a really naive performance. The lack of understanding and defensive nous in midfield. We've got with the likes of Bruno. I keep saying his name, but his recovery runs have been so poor tonight. Dreadful in that second half. Like I said, I keep saying he was running through treacle, absolutely slow, and their pace just destroyed us. And when we had the chances, we didn't take them. We got ourselves into good positions, into the box. We don't find our men. We don't take the chances. 2 counter-attacks, 2 goals. Simple. Like
Michael Palmer says,
absolute naivety, lack of experience, lack of understanding of how to manage a game. We have to learn lessons from that. Jermaine Genius just said the same. We've got to learn from that. We have to, because that is a really poor way to go out of Europe, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Really
Michael Palmer says no chance of getting of not getting fifth spot. It's a 3-year calculation. Liverpool, Man City, and Villa will be favourites to win all the cups. Yeah, we'll see that plays out. Obi-Wan Kenobi says, "I'm actually pleased we didn't get Europa. We aren't equipped for 3 games a week."
That's a fair point.
Chris, come back in. Not the birthday present you wanted.
Nah, mate. Very, very, very disappointing. That. I heard a little bit of what you boys were saying, and I totally agree. I think we'll look back on that and go, what an opportunity we've missed there. Because really, we should be going through there. We should be going through. And sadly, we can't even have Europa League. I mean, I seen what Obi-Wan Kenobi put, and it's disappointing to go out of Europe completely. But perhaps he's right there, because I think if we had to progress to the Europa League, which I think we all wanted before the match, if we couldn't have Champions League, it would have took its toll on us, and it probably would have affected the league performance. Because it's still a lot of games, isn't it? And it's then adapting from Tuesday, Wednesday to then Thursday, and then you obviously your Saturday, Sunday. But I think we all wanted to stay in Europe. We all wanted it to continue, but sadly, it wasn't meant to be. I think from my perspective, some brilliant performances out there, but just the way we handled it, and there was a couple of really good opportunities that we just didn't capitalise on, and then we've been punished. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Yeah, just disappointing.
Daz, what's your opinions, mate? Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah. Look, I think Chris Shield has said a good point here. There's levels to these competitions. We were in the group of death, and a lot of players from Rafa and Bruce areas. Yeah, we're still carrying an awful lot of dead weight. We said it before, we couldn't change everyone up due to financial fair play restrictions. We've overachieved with certain players. Gutted, but let's take lessons and learn. Look, on tonight, it was there for the taking. With us going 1-0 up. Milan were savvy the way they played it. Look at all the yellow cards they picked up. They just bided their time and then went for broke. Then at the end and threw in all the attackers that they could to dominate us. And look at. They've seen us in the Premier League, that they know we're stretched. They know that we're running on steam, so they just took advantage of that. And look, it was an experience. But hopefully, we're not as long waiting to get back into Europe again. Hopefully, we can get into Europe this season, and even all the better if it's into Champions League. But yeah, you can even look back at the penalty against PSG the last day, where that left us. If what's the maybes, we are who we are. We're back. Let's focus on domestic competitions and the league. Get ourselves back. Get some players back, and we go again and have a good end for the second half of the season. And as I said the other night on the reaction show, just take every game as it comes and just go for it. We've lots more left to play for this season. It's not all doom and gloom. It might seem like that now, but it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah. I know a lot of people that were saying that they wanted Champions League or nothing. So we have nothing now in terms of European football. But I think we'll look back and be proud. The fact that we've got into this so-called group of death. At one point, we were leading the group of death, and then somehow we've ended up last in it, which again is deeply, deeply disappointing. But I think we'll look back fondly on this campaign and go, do you know what? We want a bit more of that. It'll give us a taste for it. And I liked what the lads in the studio said. That we need to take this and learn from it. It hurts now. It'll probably hurt for the next couple of weeks, but I think we'll look back on it and go, do you know what? We give it a bloody good go. And if and when we're back in the Champions League, in fact, when we're back in the Champions League, I think, a lot of clubs will go, oh, Newcastle weren't bad last time they were in. And we'll probably be taken a bit more seriously. But we'll look back on this campaign and go, do you know what? It was a good run. We got that famous win at home to PSG. The Dortmund games were disappointing. We hard fought draw at the San Siro. And we crumbled on the last game, which is deeply, deeply disappointing. But it happens. That's football, isn't it?
Hey, let's face it. Man City in their first two campaigns in the Champions League went out in the group phase, or certainly their first one. When you're coming into a big competition like this, you need experience. And now look, 10 years on, Man City are going on and winning it because they've got the experience and they've got players in there with the experience to take them forward. So, although and you've touched on it a little bit, but the group we were in, Man United, if we were in Man United's group, we finish second. There's no doubt about it, and we go through. Like any other group in this competition, and we probably go through. We're at least in Europe, in my opinion. And so maybe looking at it, we look at the group of death that we were in. We were competitive. We took it to the last game. We won. We won a match within that. Yes, we didn't perform well tonight, but there are so many players in that, or a chunk of players that are in that team tonight that will learn so much from that. People like Joe Linton, people like Bruno Guimaraes, People like Tino Livramento, you know, those type of players will learn so much off the back of that tonight, because when they're in that position next season with better players around them, they won't make the same mistake. They just won't make the same mistake twice.
If you remember back to the when the draw was made for the group of death, Enrique did say it'll go to the last kick of the ball in the last game, and it more or less did, for everyone apart from Dortmund.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think do you know what as well? I think what makes it worse, or why I'm feeling worse about it, is because PSG didn't end up winning. I think if PSG would have won tonight 3-0 or something, I think we'd have probably looked at it and gone, do you know what, lads? Like we've missed out on Europa League. I think that's how we feel. But I think because the opportunity was there, that's probably why we're so low, I would say.
Yeah, I in one way I don't really care about missing out on about Europa League. I just care about missing out on the Champions League spot. And because it was like as we said at halftime, was looking like it was there for the taking, but there was so much more to go, obviously, and it changed so many times. But look at Jordy Tune for Life. True to his word, he said he gave the donation. Cheers, Judy, Tune for Life. A team to be proud of, and we'll come back stronger for the experience. Well said.
We will.
Said.
Vinny sends his regards. He says,
"Wonderful Vinny."
Yeah, he says he still loves us. He done us for a kipper. He did. He knew. But you know what? Fair play. They got the job done. They used their experience, their experienced players to get the job done, and can't argue that. Hopefully, in years to come, we're in that position where we nick things like that because we use our experience. This goes down to the point in which, forget January for a second, going into the summer, this is where we need to sign experienced players that have either played in the Champions League or Europa League and played at the top end, that can navigate themselves through games like this. This is not necessarily down to Eddie Howe in any way, shape, or form. It's about how the players have managed themselves on the pitch. And it's a learning curve. For some of them, they may not get the opportunity again because they're going to be moved on. People like Jamal Lascelles. But if we have a Sven Botman, who, let's face it, Sven Botman has barely played in this competition. You know, he's been injured for the majority of the group stage. I think he only played in the first game against AC Milan, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think so.
Players like that coming in next season, he's got experience of getting through the group stage into the knockout rounds with Lille. So he's been there and done that. You put him in there next season. You put the experience of Sandro Tonali in there next season without the players that we're likely and most likely to sign. We're only going to get better. We will be back. I've just tweeted that out. I've said, we will be better equipped next time. We will be back. There's no doubt about it. We're going to be back in this competition very soon. But it's about when we get there, how are we setting up? Have we got the players to be able to navigate this through? But yeah, it's what it is. On to Fulham.
Yes.
On to Fulham. Fulham and Chelsea. Let's attack Chelsea next Tuesday. Sorry. Let's attack them. Let's go from. Let's get to the semi-finals. Let's just do some positive. Let's smash Sunderland, the unwashed from down the road. Let's smash them. Come on. Let's be positive.
Question for you lads: who is going to start up front against Fulham? Knowing that Wilson has done 90 minutes, he doesn't play 2 games in a week, and Isak, where is he gone? I don't know where he's gone.
It's Wilson for me all day. I was underwhelmed when Isak come on today. I expected more somehow, but again, you know, is he suffering from fatigue? Is he not quite right? I don't know, but yeah, I think Wilson will start on the weekend. That's what I think.
Callum Wilson for me has to start. I actually don't think Isak did too bad on that left-hand side. Decision making wasn't great. when he got to that point. But he opened up the game for 5 or 10 minutes. He gave something different that opened up a couple of opportunities. I've got to be honest. I said it before. We need to try Joe back on that left-hand side. His power and his ability to run on the ball. Like, even in that latter stages, he was just driving at players and committing them. Like, we need that.
When is Willock back?
He's got an Achilles injury, hasn't he?
Okay.
And he was, I think that set him back 3 or 4 weeks last time. So I imagine we probably won't see him till January, if I'm honest. So, but yeah, we need him back. For me, the questions I'm asking now, boys, where's Botman? Where's Botman?
Yeah.
Where's Barnes? This is what we need now. These players back. Where are these boys? Let's get these boys back in the squad Saturday. Let's really up the levels. Let's ramp it up again and put Fulham to the sword. The only way to get over a disappointed exit from Europe is going and smashing Fulham, right? Putting them to the sword, getting 3 points on the board, and then going at Chelsea with a close to full squad to choose from. Barnes, Botman back in the squad, Longstaff back in the squad, Wilson, Isak, all of those boys going down to Chelsea and going at them. Because I tell you what, we can win. We can win against Chelsea. And we can win that game.
Yeah.
We can get to that semi-finals. What better way to put ourselves into another semi-finals of a competition back to back than going and doing that? That should be the focus of the boys now.
Hey, well, we have a good record in those watch-alongs, Pete. The Carabao Cup watch-alongs. It's these Champions League games we watch-alongs. Our luck is just desperate.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, frustrated.
Very. But you know what? As we said earlier, we've had our European run, and I think now it's about getting, like Pete said earlier, it's about getting those players back and starting to kick some form in now for the Premier League. Get back in and amongst that top 4, top 5, and really put the pressure on. And no other distractions other than obviously the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, but no Champions League to worry about now. So for me, if we can get our league form back on target, and Eddie should be saying to the lads now, right, did you enjoy that? If so, let's make sure we get in there for next season.
Yeah.
There's some good points there. Foxy says, "Gutted, guys, but Milan did a proper Champions League away performance on us. We lacked experience in this competition. Don't think we had the gung ho for the winner, considering we had Europa and Milan punished us." And Jay says, "Does this affect our transfer window in January now? We still need a keeper." If you ask me.
I think it can do one or two things. Obviously, we're not going to have that extra influx of money because we're now out of the Champions League. But it could have another effect where the owners go, right, yeah, we can see that we're not far away, but in order to be competitive, we need to add a couple more. We really need to try and push the squad on. And the fact that we've had injuries, the next layer of our squad isn't quite where we want it to be. So we need to slowly try and increase that and better it. Let's focus on the top 4. Let's get back in the Champions League again. And in order to do that, we need to kick on and we need to bring in 1, 2, 3 players minimum in January for me.
Yeah. Oh. I just need to move on. I need this is me after a game. This is why when we lose, I just hate this, because normally I'm just in my own mind, just breaking it all down. And then I'm like, after about an hour, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Let's go on to the next game. Move on. But at this point, I'm just like, why? But yeah, look, I'm already focused on Fulham now. I'm not.
Yeah,
I can't dwell on this. I can't dwell on it.
Got to be. And we've got to look back and look at it in a positive light, Pete. We've got to think we give it a bloody good go. Yeah, we fell short. Yeah, we've not quite got there, but we've given it a good go. You know, at least after 4 games we weren't out, and then there was just 2 pointless games to play. At least we were still in the mix. But yeah, obviously it's disappointing because the opportunity was there. It was there for the taking, and we just didn't take it. Which, as I say, is probably why we're feeling so disappointed, because especially with PSG not winning. And we all said, didn't we, there was a good opportunity for us to go through tonight. And at 1-0, when Miggy hits that shot and Milan makes a great save, you just think, oh, if that went in. If it was 2-0, game's dead and buried. Tell you what else I noticed as well. Did you see, obviously, when it was 1-1 and AC Milan were really kicking on, as soon as Theo Hernandez started coming forward, it was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like every time he went forward, they just looked so threatening. It just reminded me of the San Siro. Exactly like the San Siro.
Yeah. Harry Austin, who's been a member for 18 months, says proud of the effort by Newcastle. Still work to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So true, Harry.
Absolutely.
Chris, the quadruple is over. Only the treble is left.
It is, I know. Just that minor treble. Yeah. Very, very, very. Oh, mate, honestly.
I feel sorry for you on your birthday.
I know. Me too, Daz. Me too.
Look, it could be worse. You could have been at the game.
Yeah, true. Yeah. That was it. Yeah, I feel for anyone who's had to sit through that, because we had the highs and the lows, didn't we? And then PSG went 1-0 down, then equalised. Then PSG went 2-1 up, and then it got disallowed. We had it like that, and then it was taken away. Yeah.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, so frustrating.
So we'll tell people what's happening tomorrow. I don't have the picture, but we are back with away days tomorrow. What time is away days on? 8, is it?
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock with Emilio. Yeah.
So back down to business with back to Premier League, and hopefully we can get back to the winning ways, and back at home as well. So let's hope for that one. So 8 o'clock tomorrow for away days. Reaction show on Saturday night, and into next week we will be doing a watch along for the Chelsea game. So come and join us for that, and we have a great record in for watch alongs for the Carabao Cup. So yeah, join us for that one. I think we'll probably bring it to a close. Shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to radiatorshed.com. A shout out to H2O Bathroom Design Co. As well. Thanks for everyone for sticking with us for the watch along, and for our foray into Europe. We will be back. Don't you worry about that. But yes.
Probably shouldn't end it on this, but I thought, well, people may laugh, people may not like it, but one of my birthday cards off my lads, just to show you what it's like in my house. This was the birthday card I got off my youngest, Callum, the blue.
Ah, Jesus.
Just so you know, Newcastle are shit. Oh yeah, happy birthday. So yeah. That's what I've got to deal with in ours.
Did you hear that Everton might be in more trouble? That there's this talk of administration.
Oh, I hope so.
Does Callum know about that? Yeah,
I might get him an administration Christmas card.
All right, lads. Look, we live to fight another day. Back at it again. Join us for away days tomorrow, 8 o'clock.
We'll be back. And we'll march on again. Disappointing, but hey, we keep rocking.
Yeah, we keep rocking. How'd you like that? We didn't like it, but we'll go again anyway. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Are you drink it. Like me, then tell him be like that, like that.